Welcome to Knights of Roleplay, an adventuring podcast. This is an actual play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Royalty-free music provided by Kevin MacLeod, Plate Mail Games, and Tabletop Audio. And now, to adventure. Hello and welcome. My name is Chris Buckner. I'm the primary Dungeon Master for Knights of Roleplay and Adventuring podcast. This session is being recorded over Zoom. As our adventure begins, it is stardate 0530.80. The party has traveled with the crew of the Star Runner to a jungle planet after Arvine received a vision from her goddess Megahine. The vision showed the jungle planet and what looked like a city inside a partially transparent dome. The vision gave Arvine the sense that some sort of evil was located inside the city, and that it must be stopped. Arvine also felt a pull in the direction of the planet which allowed the Star Runner to find its way there. Upon entering the atmosphere, they encountered a group of pteranodons below a layer of clouds. Once on land, the party began to make their way through the jungle and toward the dome. As they traveled, they were attacked by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. After the encounter, the party decided to rest in the jungle. Partway through their short rest, they began to hear high-pitched noises from the jungle around them. Small reptilian creatures have just rushed out of the jungle and are headed for the party. Adventurers, roll initiative.
All right, so maybe we should have moved away from the corpse a little bit. Decent initiative.
I still think Janie needs to tame some dinosaur friends.
How do I tame them?
She could have an army. You'd have to make some kind of a very high animal handling check, and I'm guessing that's not your strength. So,
I think that.
Although I would still peg your character as more likely to do it than the rest of us. So.
It's one of my higher scores, though. It's in my wisdom column, so.
That's not a great initiative. Good job, Kate.
It's okay, I roll crappy too. Not using the white dice, by the way.
That's probably good, because Strakx is probably going to be going for his, 4th or 5th round of death saves?
Hey.
In a row?
I'm up to 14 hit points. You know, I have
all in a row?
Mathematical possibility of survival.
All right, Matisse, you're going to have to unmute yourself there, bud, and then give me your initiative, please.
Oh, there I am.
There you are.
15.
15 for Matisse.
For Tanky McTankerson.
Tanky McTankerson. That is me.
All right, Strakx, the Indomitable.
Team Strakx got a 17.
Man.
Wow. Team Strakx is up first.
And Arvine of the long hair.
I got an 11.
11.
Up to 11.
Right. Righto then.
Righto. I'm going to get rid of the...
And Janie, the blower up of villagers.
Oh, no.
Too soon.
I would think that there was something about Earl poking in there somewhere. I don't know.
Team Janie has a 16.
Nice
16 for fire hands. Got it.
So you and Matisse both did good, and then Strakx, did you do good? I didn't pay attention.
Strakx is going up first.
He's first.
Okay, Strakx. Okay, all three.
Yeah, initiative
wow,
order.
You guys all beat me. Good job.
Initiative order is Strakx, Janie, Matisse, Arvine, and then the little dinosaurs. So we'll start at the top of the round with Strakx. Strakx, right. Our Hobgoblin Artificer, and 2 constructs.
Not going to give me any time to actually think about this.
You're the one who rolled a high initiative, dude.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
I have only myself to blame.
Always.
Fizzy, you have to say it like the movie. You have to say dinosaurs.
Who said that? What?
The guy from Jurassic Park said dinosaurs in the little classic video they had for the park explaining the DNA.
Oh, gotcha.
It's been so long since I watched the original Jurassic Park.
It's been a long time. Greg, did you get everything updated with your custom attacks that you wanted to? For your modifiers
yes, we
and
worked on
stuff?
that, but we couldn't make it on the thing. So it does say +6, but I have to remember it's +7.
Okay.
You know, Arby, I think you gave me an idea.
Oh boy.
Reach into my
It's
pouch.
dangerous.
I fiddle with something real quick, attach it to the bolt, and I have bonus action cast Branding Smite. And then attack. See, where am I? I am up there, top right. I can't see what letter that one is because all your shining faces are in the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you guys want to if you guys want to
Yeah.
pin the video, then you can see it better.
Yeah, I pinned it. It's not focusing well on the
Pin-
miniatures for
In
some
the
reason.
video.
Pin the video. There we go.
It looks fine to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
I can still see everything now that I've painted more cloaks and colors. They're starting to become more unique. So
We have little
Yeah.
letters, so
yeah. Well, for me, even the letters are showing very like lightened out.
I'm going
Washed
to.
out.
Yeah.
light's too bright.
Go ahead, Strakx. Take your turn.
Okay, Strakx is going to take aim at. Let's see, probably B. Let's go with B. And
Dinosaur B.
dinosaur B
This is your hand crossbow.
with my hand crossbow with branding smite.
Okay.
And I. Blech. AC 13.
AC 13. You hit it in the leg.
All right. Wow. Okay, that does 1d6 plus 4 piercing damage. So it does 10 piercing damage and.
You say 10?
Dad.
Hang on.
And
And
then
an additional 8 radiant damage.
Wow. 18.
wow. Obliterate it.
All right. You bloody it.
Say.
Obliterate.
And and that thing is now shedding dim light in a 5-foot radius. If it matters.
Oh. He's marked it with luminance.
It doesn't really do anything. It just sheds light, and it can't turn invisible.
Do you not worry about cover?
Cover.
Yeah. Do you have something that means that basically you can fire through your companions and not something else that doesn't have cover? Because there are feats and abilities that do that.
Oh, that would be.
I mean, he
Let me-
could sidestep around me if nothing else to get the clear shot too.
Let me just check on. Let's see.
I just want you to be aware that from where you're firing, anything on that side has cover.
Ignore loading property. Being within 5 feet does not. Would use attack action. Attack action. Use bonus action. Okay, crossbow expert does not give me anything of that nature.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's sharpshooter that does that.
yeah,
So-
that's sharpshooter. Then.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, okay. But easy. That is a good point. It is easy enough for me to step around Arvine and shoot it.
And then step back if
And
you
then
want
step
to
back.
too.
We
Yeah.
can assume that your character was taking aim and Arvine was in the way and he moved and then fired.
Yeah. And I get it. And now I get a second shot, but this one doesn't get any funky things.
Oh, that's right. I can attack
Still
twice.
at B. But I am so elated at my idea actually working that I pull my shot and it goes wide. I rolled a 1.
Oh, Strax.
So he threw away his shot.
Yeah.
The luminescence of the little dinosaurs
And I-
just too much for you.
Yeah, and I step back into position.
Okay.
So
And Kate had said that Kate said something about how I'm using my new map. This is a spiral bound book, as you can see in the video here. And it's called the Big Book of Battle Mats, and there's the Little Book of Battle Mats and the Giant Book of Battle Mats, which are all from this company called Loki, Loke. And they also have
sounds suspicious.
they also have something else that I bought. It comes with 2 books that are square. I think they're like, I can't remember the name of it, but they have another product that comes with 2 books, and it's like the dungeon version of it. And the 2 books open up, and then if you open them both up, even though they have different maps in them, they have maps that kind of go together, so you can put the 2 books together to make like a bigger map. I mean, this company is great, and these books are dry erase. So they're very portable. You can bring them around anywhere you want to go. So, just saying, low key makes these awesome battle map books. They're awesome.
We are not sponsored.
Us.
No,
They don't
Please
sponsor
us.
But I'm trying them for the first time. So
We love you.
yes, we thank you.
Please sponsor us.
all right. So the next person in initiative is Janie, our Clash Star Sorceress.
Okay.
You can't see it, Janie, but you got a lot of cool stuff painted now on yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to show you
Yeah.
later. Sorry,
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
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 We're all talking like Wilhelm.
Yeah.
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 Fascinating.
Okay.
Loof balloons.
I'm going to look over at B and wiggle my fingers, and some glowing darts are going to come out. 3 of them, to be exact.
Pew pew.
Going at B. So that'll be 3, 5, 6, 9 force damage.
Does it do 4?
What?
Does it do 4 damage?
Yes, 9 total.
More than 4.
More than 4. 9 is more than 4.
Pew.
Oh, she
Pew.
over damaged.
Missiles come out. Bam, 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 bam. No, it wasn't by much.
Cool, and I didn't wild surge.
No,
There's no
wilds.
kill like an overkill.
That's the best kill.
You all set,
Except
Janie?
for an ogre kill.
Oh, no.
Wah, wah. That'll be me. Yep.
Okay, Matisse, our Diva Paladin.
All right. Do I have a move enough to close to get to?
Oh, you're on the lower left, and
Looks
You
like
do.
you can get up to A.
Okay, then A. Okay.
You could probably reach any of them, really, but yeah. 5,
All right.
10, 15, 20.
And I have 2 attacks. Oh yes.
I know, isn't it great?
Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Extra attack for the win.
Yes.
Yeah, we finally hit level 5, so I love it.
All right. So 1. It's not a D6. It's a D8. Okay. A critical.
Oh, critical with the laser sword. All right.
Do you want to smite with that is the question.
It probably would be so much damage it won't be any point.
You should taste it.
Squat. Splat it into the ground.
So normally it would be what, 2 more dice?
If you do your first level spell slot, it would be 2 more dice.
Okay. But if it's just a critical, is just one extra
It's
die?
just 1 extra die, yeah.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, so it is 14 plus 7. So
Wait.
21?
Yeah, 14 plus 7. Yeah. Gotcha. 21 on A.
21A.
21.
Yeah. You smash it with the force damage from the laser sword.
All right, and then I
You,
attack it.
severely
again.
injured.
All right,
I'm very
attack.
sadly burned.
Attack number 2. That's a 10 on the die.
Plus
Well,
7, though.
Plus
That's-
7, right?
Yeah, so it's 10
That's
total.
AC 17.
Oh, so it's not 10 on the die, it's 3 on the die.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
10 on the die, plus 7 is
Terminology
17.
first.
17 would probably hit.
Yes,
A
but I
3
doubt probably
yeah.
not.
So it jumps out of the way of the second swing.
Okay, that was good damage too. Damn it!
That was a really good first hit. So then it is Arvine, our Asimar fighter.
Who is
Okay.
trailing the initiative for the first time ever.
Right. So I guess the question
It's usually me or
10,
Strakx.
15, 20. Are the
Not
woods
very
open enough that I could technically flank A on the other side of Matisse?
Yes, you could.
Okay. I would like to move into flanking with A.
I don't know where to grab them, Rainy, because you just painted it.
Well, the
before
cloak
game.
should be dry now. It doesn't take that long to dry. It's acrylic paint. So you're fine to touch it at this point, Chris. So
That's what she
let's
said.
see
I was gonna say, Kate
here.
wants you to touch her.
Right
I
now.
mean, they are married, so
All over.
Well, yeah.
I guess that's fair. But we're all gonna like not stay and watch.
So that was up there. 5, 10, 15.
Very touchy you are.
Touchy. Alright, which this is a D8 damage. Where's my dang Kate? Present. That's a D8.
Kate, if you have so many dice you can't find one.
Alright, that's gonna be AC. Let's see here. 24 to hit.
Ooh.
Double hit.
And
sure?
that is
You
going to hit 4 plus 4, so that'll be 7. 7.
7 damage on A is more than 1.
Oh, Greg, you were so close.
Oh, damn it. I should have spited that, but that would have been a waste.
It would have been a waste, Greg.
Yeah.
It would have been big overkill.
And I do not have the movement unless I action surge to either close back with the party or even get next to Matisse, because I'm pretty sure that took all 30 because I started up by Strakx, right? So 5, 10, 15.
You already moved 30.
25, 30. Yeah, so
You're in the woods.
Hang tight.
Yeah.
See, you'll move in.
I guess you and I are hanging out up there.
Yes.
Not as protected as I wanted, but okay. It is what it is. What the? Oh no.
Oh, this. My balls have nothing to do with this.
Chris, are you enjoying those chalk markers?
Oh man, writing on this really cool stuff from Low Key is awesome.
Please sponsor us.
Oh my god!
But just so you know, it is where my children are. So
Is that going to be our comedy beat for tonight? Fake
Yes.
sponsorship?
All right, so the Drakes.
Who likes Greg's balls? We like Greg's balls.
Which is what Chris wrote.
He's going to run in there and attack your Steel Defender SDO1 Strakx.
Who has not yet? Oh, well, who is dodging? Because I didn't tell him to do otherwise, and I have gone.
dodging.
So, dodging from the little
dodging.
dinosaur. AC 13.
AC 13, I think is going to miss.
Pretty sure.
Yep, that's going to miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't quite get all the way through his steel hide.
Steel hide.
And we'll have Dinosaur D run up there and attack Strakx. Ooh, natural 1. Totally
Ooh.
whiffs.
What a shame that.
What a shame.
Oh, boo.
Mm,
So sad.
I'm
Can't
crying
you
on
tell
the
how sad we are?
crying on the
the
inside.
DM.
Oh, jeez.
All right, that one's going to run up and also try to bite Strakx. Oh, critical.
Oh
Uh,
no.
For 9 piercing.
9.
9.
Okay, well, I was bloody before, and I am still bloody.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
That's right. You guys haven't rested.
Am I?
He entered this fight, bloody.
Oh, wait. That's why I have these things.
I am 1 point away from bloody. All right.
I
Not
am
bloody
good.
yet.
Okay, this one's going to...
That's GH right next to me, right?
Correct.
Chris, I think the camera bumps. Oh, now we're back on. Never mind. Not me.
That one's going to attack Janie.
Oh, okay.
Wow, another natural 1.
Oh.
Miss!
Hot and cold.
Okay, so that is the Drakes, and we are, or Dinosaur. So we are back up the top of the round with Strakx, Hobgoblin Artificer, and Constructs.
Okay, so
We have 1 dinosaur, 2 dinosaurs that have been killed, and Strakx is bloodied.
I
There's the
have
dinosaurs. The There's 4 more left there. None of them are bloodied. Are any of the rest of you bloodied?
Oh, that's right. My
Nope.
proficiency. No enter. Oh,
Nope.
so- wait, okay.
No,
Hold on,
because
I gotta
of,
math something. Real quick.
because of
Alright.
leveling up, I am not bloody.
Yes.
Yeah, because you guys leveled
I
up
did-
to level 5 last adventure. That's
Yeah.
cool.
5, so I can attack twice.
For the win.
Which does-
Yes. Because I would have been very unhappy if I had gotten that number 7 on the die.
Okay, so bonus action, I'm going to instruct GH88 to give me some first aid, but he'll do that on his turn. So
Okay.
my action, attack number 1 on F.
Oh, we're going to have to do a lot to get
so-
all the way back there.
So it's another AC 13 for 10.
And you're doing a disadvantage because you have crossbow expert, right?
No disadvantage because I have crossbow expert.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
That does hit. You're shooting F.
For 10. And
10.
attack number 2.
Okay.
Bolt caster like thing that shoots out magical bolts, and holy crap, another natural 1.
Oh, shit. You really are trying to roll death saves, aren't you?
Apparently. Okay, so
One's on both sides of the fight here.
anyway, so GH88 will give me a shot and heal me for 12.
Give a heart.
12, that's pretty good.
At least you didn't roll low there.
So
His healing
SDO1
went up at
is-
5th level, right?
Yeah.
When,
Yep,
when
it
you went
did.
up 5th level, his healing went up, yeah.
Yep, went up to 2d8.
Good, good.
So, all right. So SDO1 is dodging. That's Team Strakx.
All right. Janie, Clash Star Sorceress. Ah! Who's wearing a face mask, apparently.
It smells like blueberries. It's wonderful.
One of those exfoliating face masks.
Ah.
Okay, so bright streaks of flashing start coming out of my fingers again, but this time it's gonna be a fireball. I'm gonna land it so that it hits D, E, and F.
D, E, and F. Got it.
So big explosion
Oh.
coming.
Hoofs.
They must make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw for D, E, and F of the dinosaurs. All right, here we go.
Oh,
So
that's
we'll start with D. Dexterity save of 16.
that'll make it.
E 20.
That'll make
F
it.
is 17.
They all make it because the throw was 14. So
Okay.
10, 20, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 29 and a half is going to be 14.
14.
14 across all 3 of them is
Okay, so
still really good.
F gets burned up. And D and E get bloodied.
And this big explosion in the middle of the jungle causes
The whole
all
jungle
the
is
other,
on fire now.
everything else to scatter. So once we finish this, we should be able to take a rest.
No, the whole jungle is going to burn down now.
It does catch flammable things on fire, so.
Hopefully,
And I did not wild surge.
hopefully the
want
jungle is not that dry, but who knows?
It's a virtual tinderbox.
What do you
Well-
think? You think jungles have a lot of moisture in them? I don't know what you're talking about.
hmm
Well, we just leave, and nobody will know it was us.
You just leave.
All right, Janie, with this huge fireball burns up some of those guys a little bit there. Is that your turn, Janie?
That is my turn. I did not wild surge.
Okay.
She's very excited that she knows how to control her fireballs now, though.
Yay.
Cool.
Her fireballs?
Uh huh.
Oh, Jenny, you did that on purpose.
Yeah, yeah. Matisse, do you have a paladin?
That's a
Bring
first.
me up to C with me. For flanking.
You're flanking with the Steel Defender, SDO1.
All right.
Give it
is
some hugs.
I'm going to give it my best attempt at hugging with a blunt instrument.
Hey-oh.
Best kind of fun.
I think that's bludgeoning, but
With
okay.
advantage.
Yes. Another critical.
Oh, Greg! You brought your criticals.
I did. My blue dice must be like a good critical die.
Come on, big money, big money.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to throw a smite on that one. So I roll 2 more
Rattle,
dice.
taste the rainbow.
If it's a first level spell slot, then yeah, there's one extra. No, sorry, hold on.
So
So
I
you-
rolled 2 for the critical.
Okay, okay.
Correct. And then you would get 4 more for the smite.
Okay, so that would be a total of 6 dice.
That's right.
Okay.
6.
6. All right. 6. Na 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 na.
Tequila.
All right, so you roll these 3.
I have no
Okay.
sense of pitch at all.
6, 7,
It's not true, John.
10, 18,
Well-
and I roll 1 more.
Well, I can hear how badly I sing. So,
Okay, 24 plus 7. So 31?
31. You crush that creature, that dinosaur's skull in one hit. Take it out.
Okay.
nice.
Now I have no
Tasted
target
it.
for a second attack. I don't think I have enough movement to get to anything else.
You moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you couldn't quite get there.
Okay.
Actually, no. If he goes up and over me,
25, 30. Oh, if you stand next to Strakx, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Go-
And extra attack for the win.
And yes. Attack number 2. Okay, this is a regular attack.
Yes.
Okay. All right, this one unfortunately is not a critical, but
Oh.
it's 19 on total,
19 hits.
and it's for 12.
Nice.
12 on D.
That should finish
probably
him
enough.
off. Yeah.
You kill that one with the force damage from your laser sword.
Nice. Took out 2 in 1 round.
I am really enjoying level 5.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What can I say except
You're welcome for the dinosaurs that you have destroyed.
All right, Arvine.
All right, so move me 30 right across the bottom of the map there, Chris.
Out to flank
Yep.
with Janie.
Nope. So I'm going to drop the katana down right next to me, whip out the laser rifle, take aim at E.
Ah.
Okay.
So let's see here. And actually, because I could use some hit points at this
Actually.
point. Actually.
Actually.
I'm gonna use bonus action my feature, my fighting spirit. That gives me advantage on attacks till the end of the current turn and 5 temporary hit points. So I'm gonna do 5 temporary.
Boni
Those
action.
hit points are good. So then I'm gonna pew pew the guy with advantage.
Pew pew.
Pew, pew.
Not around
Which I
me,
think
please.
the laser rifle is a D6 weapon. It's a D6. Alright. That's cocked. Oh. Well, that's not wonderful. Let's see if that's good enough. AC 13 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Okay. I'm going to pew pew the guy for 8 force damage.
It might be enough.
Might be enough.
8 force
That
damage.
dinosaur had 8 hit points.
Wow.
Jeez, right on the money.
She's like ready to fire again because she could extra attack, but there's nothing left.
No
Right.
targets.
You're out.
Combat is over.
Ah, man.
You didn't quite get through your short rest.
Okay.
Uh,
Do we
Okay.
see anywhere nearby that looks any more sheltered that's kind of in the direction of the
well,
dome?
there's a nice clearing right over there where something burned out half the rainforest.
Do we want to rest where the fire may have... Well, I guess they're wild creatures. Would they flee the area?
If you rest anywhere in the jungle, it is a
Yeah.
danger.
I say we go forward.
I'd say we try to get inside the dome, because if it's an abandoned city or something, if it's a populated city, maybe they have an inn. If it's abandoned, hopefully we can tuck down on a building and at least be protected.
It's still a bit of a hike getting there. Whether we walk there and risk getting attacked again, or we take a break and risk getting attacked again, I'd rather at least try to take a break.
What do the rest
Well,
of you
we
guys think?
You know what the dangers are in the forest, so your idea of taking a break, you may not get what you're looking for.
You can't always get what you want.
But if you try sometimes, you just get what you
get
need.
what you need, yeah.
So are we...
like a floating upside down head of Chris.
Right. He needs to floop up his hair so it looks like he's hanging from the ceiling. So I vote we push forward, because I think we're more
Yeah.
likely to be safe resting in the city. That's my vote.
I'll protect you, Strakx.
Just trying to look out for all of you, because none of you.
I haven't been bleeding nearly as badly as
Whatever.
you have.
I'm fine. I have
I've
not
marched
been
through
touched,
worse.
and it's my job to kill things, so
So what are you voting, Matisse?
I'm voting we just go on.
And we're
right.
50-50.
I said to go on.
Okay.
That's all right. Did I ever tell you kids about the time I had to walk across the spine of the world with 2 broken ankles and a shattered rib?
So
Did your
what's the
parents
plan?
tell you that you walked more than
We're pushing on to the dome.
You're
We're
pushing
gonna
forward.
see if we can't do better trying to rest once we get inside the dome.
Okay.
And Strax's parents walked for 8,000 miles, and
Hey, don't make fun of my mommy and daddy.
Okay.
Because they would walk 500 miles a day.
I would walk 500 more.
All right. So after 20 minutes of walking, you come to the edge of a large clearing, in the center of which is a huge, partially transparent dome. You can vaguely make out the shape of some stone buildings inside the dome. There is a ring around the dome where there is no jungle. You stand on the edge of that ring now. Looking up, you still see the reptilian creatures flying overhead. The distance from your current location to the dome is approximately 100 feet. How would you like to proceed?
Oh, jeez.
I run for the dome.
Yeah.
Well, do we
I
think
don't
that
like
they
that
would?
the jungle hasn't encroached. Can I make an active perception check
You certainly
on
can.
that?
Yeah, it might be kind of dangerous to try to touch that stuff.
Well, it just goes to my passive, which is 12.
Okay, so you got less than your passive,
hey,
so your total is
I
12.
got like 6.
Yeah. Strakx, what are you trying to look for?
I don't like that the jungle hasn't grown close to the dome. Makes me wonder what kept
Yeah.
it back.
Can we see inside the dome? Like, can we see through it?
We saw
You
some
can,
buildings and stuff.
yeah, correct.
We see buildings and stuff.
Yeah,
It looks like there are buildings. I mean, it's not completely see-through. It's not transparent. It's
Okay.
but you can see
Is
what looks
it
like the shape
foggy?
of buildings.
Do we see
Kinda
anything
foggy.
that looks like an obvious doorway or opening nearby going into the dome?
You do not. The dome looks solid
Yeah.
from where you see it.
I throw a rock.
100 feet.
100 feet.
Well, as far as I can. Strength of 16,
That's respectable.
I'm actually wondering, like, if I picked up a rock, could I throw it 100 feet? I have no idea. You have a 16 strength? We'll say sure. So you throw
I may
the
not
rock.
hit the dome, but I just throw a rock.
I'm not going to make you make an attack roll. You throw it, and it just barely bounces off like the very bottom of the dome. It hits about a foot off the ground, and then lands on the ground next to the dome.
Well, there was no barrier that disintegrated it.
Well, nothing to it then, I suppose.
I mean, I'm more worried about us getting attacked by flying things out in the open, but I don't see that we have much of a choice unless, yeah.
Well, we can circle around, sticking to the trees until we find a door.
That might be better. Yeah, let's circle with like the cover of the forest and keep an eye out and see if we find something that looks like an opening. Start to walk the circumference.
Sounds like a good idea.
Does that make sense?
How big a dome are we talking about from our perspective? Is it like city size or like
Correct.
small hamlet size?
No,
You know?
it's like the size of a dome that would cover a city.
Okay, so it'd probably take much of a day to circle around the thing completely.
Yeah, like if you were to walk around like your hometown or something, then yeah, it'll probably take you most of the day to get all the way around.
Okay.
Well, it's not like we see anything here anyway.
I will say it's more like a small town rather than a big city, but
Yeah.
Right.
it'll probably take you about 6 or 7 hours I would say to get around the whole thing.
Just like a town with a wall, we'd probably circle at distance trying to see what doorways or openings were through the wall. I'd say we circle at the edge of the forest with the cover and see if we can find a door. Check for
I hope we find one before it gets dark.
Check for like a half hour to an hour and see what we find. And if we don't, then regroup and reconsider. So.
Oh, it's interesting that the forest doesn't come into the city proper, so I wonder what...
Maybe they have a gardener.
Or it could be just a trap that we might trigger at some point.
Well, it's not a trap that's affected by rocks, at least.
Are any of you proficient in Arcana?
I am.
I am.
Probably Strax and Saraha for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't the two of you make Arcana checks for me, please?
Independent?
Yes, independent.
With advantage or just regular?
Just regular.
I'm apparently too hot and sweaty. I got a 9.
9.
21.
21. Okay. There's something about the dome that makes you think that the encroachment of the forest is being held back by the magic of the dome. Like you don't think that it's like a solid, like a natural solid object like glass or something. You think it's something that's magical and that is somehow impeding the growth of the forest.
So it's like just suppressing the growth of the forest. It's not really blocking things per se.
Yes,
Right.
that is Strax's theory. Yeah,
But you said that the rock he threw bounced off of it.
correct.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So.
Well,
Do you share that with the party?
yeah, I'm thinking about it. I think I might have heard something once about a type of magic that just suppresses wild growth and stuff like that. I thought it quite handy because I thought it would be good for farmers in around the village. But this kind of feels kind of like that kind of. It would be something like that. So I don't think there's anything particularly harmful out there, at least as far as that's concerned.
Okay.
So we could probably approach the dome, okay, but so whether or not we could get inside it,
Yeah.
whether or not we want to go out into the open with our little flying friends up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
If only we had taken a break out there in the jungle and were rested and ready to fight some more dinosaurs. You know?
Oh,
The pteranodons are
Janie comes into your head and tells you to stop being a drama king. Stomps on your foot.
the pteranodons are very, very high up because you guys encountered them way up in the sky.
Oh, okay.
And the dome
Wow.
is huge, and they're above the dome. They're not like circling the dome. They're
Okay.
above the dome, which is covering the entire city.
Okay.
I mean, you
they're-
can still circle circle around the edge of the forest or whatever. Do whatever you want, but I'm telling you that they're very, very, very high up.
So
in
we
the
don't
sky.
feel like it's a huge risk of attack. So, okay, I guess.
No. I mean, you're still always at risk because this seems
Yeah.
to be a dangerous place, but
Right.
not so much in the
Well,
pteranodons.
Janie's
guess-
gonna
Really
start
far.
slowly
Okay.
tiptoeing towards the dome.
Yeah, Arvine's going to follow. She'll kind of stay low, light footed.
Well, have fun, girls.
Are two of the three women going off by themselves?
No, I suppose not.
No. No, Matisse will join them. No, Matisse went also.
Okay, so all the ladies are going out there, Strakx. Are you going out there
All the
with them?
single ladies.
I'm not single.
Are you following?
Yes, yes, to get
Earl's ready to
Yeah.
mingle.
grumbling, but okay.
Arvine kind of turns and whispers, like, given we're not likely to get attacked from overhead, at least if we get attacked from the woods, we'd have the dome to our back. And she kind of moves on.
Okay. So
having something at your back is not always a good thing.
you get about halfway across the clearing
And you're saying it's your brother.
when you suddenly hear shouting in the language of Draconic coming from the jungle.
Called it.
Does anybody speak Draconic?
Draconic.
I don't think that's one of mine.
You sure they're
Celestial
not talking
uncommon.
goblin?
No.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Deep Speech.
Where do we find what we speak?
It should be
Left-hand side on the bottom.
proficiency.
Under language, it's there. Duh.
I've got Celestial, Common, Goblin, and Quarry.
Okay, so no Draconic. Okay.
You can talk to rocks.
So you hear the shouting in Draconic, and then these lizard folk riding dinosaurs come bursting out of the tree line on either side of you, on both sides of you. They ride their dinosaurs in your direction, firing laser weapons as they charge.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
no.
Roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh, Ducky Dice, you let me down.
Ugh. That's not
That's
good
not-
either.
Not terrible. Not great.
The Dungeon Book of Battle Mats is the other product from Loki that I bought.
Yay, we like them.
Okay, so initiative. We'll start with Matisse.
8.
8. And Strax.
21.
Well, looks like Strakx is going first.
And Arvine.
14.
Would not have put it up to Arvine to roll a 22.
Janie.
5.
Who's bloody in the party, by the way? Raise your hand.
Okay.
Just me. Okay, good.
Like, if you're bloody and you know it, raise your hand. If you're bloody and you know it, and your marker really shows it, you're bloody and you know it.
Okay, we'll do like this,
Like this,
and like
and like
that,
this, and like
you
this.
know.
this, and like this.
Like this and like that and
That,
like this, you know.
now. So just chill till the next episode.
So how many are charged nowadays?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
no.
Oh my.
Oh,
no.
This looks bad, don't you know?
it does look very bad.
This might be a surrender kind of situation. Oh no.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Never surrender.
Going to
Don't you
ping
know
my
Galaxy
video.
Quest? We'll have to do the fighting we did in one of our battles by staying back to back.
That's a lot of dudes, though.
And they got laser swords, so
Oh, laser pistols.
so they'll be shooting at us.
Yeah, that's not good.
Although I do have a shield, so
I'm not using the white dice. Just saying. Okay, so initiative
That
order.
guy on the
is-
bottom doesn't get a letter?
No, he's unique, so I know who he is.
oh no.
Does he look unique?
Yes, he does. He would seem to be the leader. Yeah.
Okay.
Take him out first.
So the initiative order is Strakx, Hobgoblin Artificer, Arvine, SMR Fighter, Matisse, Diva Paladin, the Lizard Folk, and then Janie, our Clash Star Sorceress. So we'll start again with Strakx at the top of the initiative. Hobgoblin
gonna reach
Artificer.
Strakx is going to reach into his pouch, pull out a funky-looking brooch, stick it on him, and press a button, and he now suddenly looks.
Not ugly?
Where was it? Where?
Wah, wah, wah.
Does he look infirmed? Does he look like he's in a medically induced coma?
He looks a little bit.
Constipated.
He does look a little bit less in pain and a little bit more raring to go. Cast heroism on myself,
Ah.
which amongst being immune to frightened, I get temporary hit points every round. So we give me 4 temporary
Okay.
hit
Heroism
points.
Good stuff.
with your Artificer shenanigans.
Shenanigator!
Shenanana.
And
Gens.
my action from her bonus action, I
That's
will.
the Shenanigator.
Bonus action, I will have GH88 give me a heal because I'm still way low. And have, let's see, tell SD01 to move to the square just to the south of me. Actually, no, one to the right of that.
Yeah.
There, yep. Move there and take the dodge action. Okay, and that is Team Strakx. I'll roll up my healing here. Let's move
Okay.
on.
Then it's going to be Arvine, our Asimar
10
fighter.
healing.
Oh, jeez.
I am no longer bloody.
No longer at less than half your maximum hit points.
So let's see. She doesn't love this. She is gonna.
Surrounded by
See.
lizard folk? Come on.
Just saying, I've seen some hentai. But
Okay then.
This strikes me as a situation for displays of intimidation. So she is, and I think she still has her action surge.
Oh, I wonder if I
Yes,
can
she does.
paladin-y kind of
Okay.
deal.
So she's gonna kind of like stare at them, and if she picks out the leader, she'll stare at him too and say, "Why are you attacking us?" But she is going to transform fully. So grows the wings, grows the halo, starts glowing and shit.
it always disturbs me when she does that.
And she is going to launch into the air while drawing her laser rifle.
Okay.
She is going to fly up, so she's basically hanging out maybe...
Well, hold
How
on.
tall?
Were you walking across there with your weapons drawn?
No.
Okay.
No. So, yeah, she's going to fly up, so she's about 20 feet straight overhead of Janie, I guess. Kind of like up over the middle of the party, holding formation, but from on high.
Okay.
How tall do those monsters look? They don't look like they would be able to reach up 20 feet, right?
They're just medium-sized creatures.
Okay. And then she's going to use her action surge to get an additional action. She's going to use her laser rifle. She's going to take aim on not the leader himself, but the minion directly above him. So H.
Shooting at H, okay.
Yeah. So she is going to fire some laser rifle. Pew pew. At that guy. So. AC rolling a 2 is probably not going to do it, however, because AC 9, I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
You hit the ground next to him.
Alright, so extra attack. Again. Wow, that's not a lot better. AC 13.
Miss.
Wow. Alright, well, I suck, but I'm gonna.
Puts its shield up.
You're not good at aiming while moving, are you?
Deflects it with the shield.
So, but she's gonna hover there, flying, and I think I actually have to hit things to do the extra damage with my transformation. Let me just confirm that real quick. Pretty sure that's how it worked. Sorry. Features and traits. Radiant Soul.
Little dices.
Okay, that's.
Are they Ds?
Yeah, so I would assume it has to hit once per turn. You can have one attack or spell deal 5 additional radiant damage to one target. So I would assume you have to be dealing damage in the first place. So it has to hit.
Additional damage,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's me. I'm going to hover there.
McFly.
Matisse,
shush.
or do you have a paladin?
Is that the fireball going off?
Yeah, totally. The fireball in my throat.
I don't know if I should go to someone or try to flank. Well, we have nothing near us, really.
Yeah. I mean, you could close formation with people, but then, otherwise holding formation and readying, I don't know, Greg. What would she do?
Would she charge in, or would she hold back?
Well, first of all, we don't know what these things are,
Yeah.
really. I guess I would close ranks with on the other side of. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, right next to Strakx, who's hurting. Good call.
He's not bloody anymore.
Correct. So what are you
I'm
doing?
gonna hold my action until someone comes within 5 feet of me.
Okay, so you're taking the ready action?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Focusing problems with the camera?
A tiny bit.
Yeah.
It
And
keeps
Chris,
like blurring out and then coming back and then blurring out.
I think it's when Chris's hands come into the screen, it tries to focus on the hands.
Well, why wouldn't it?
Hey, Chris, I forget because I'm rusty on this
There it
stuff.
Yeah.
When you get extra attack and you ready an action to make an attack, does extra attack work for that or
No.
not for ready? I didn't think it was because
No.
it's a reaction. Okay. All right.
No.
Thank you.
All right, so the lizard folk. All right, so they essentially they ride up on their dinosaurs, and they have their laser pistols out, and they all start basically taking pock shots with their laser pistols. So we'll start with, let's see, we'll have A and B are going to shoot at Strakx. Let's see. Okay. AC 4
It was a close one, but I think it's a miss.
goes
Are they wearing-
wide.
Are they wearing stormtrooper uniforms?
AC 9 shoots,
Knock
goes
it out.
wide. C and D will shoot at Matisse. AC 20 on Matisse
That will hit.
for 5 force damage.
Okay.
One more shot on Matisse. AC 15.
That will miss.
You put your shield in the way, deflects off there. Let's see. Then we got E and F will shoot at GH88, Healing Golem.
It is not dodging because he healed me.
That's a natural 1. Goes totally over the whole party. The lizard guy next to him looks at him
Do it
like,
again.
I think you should
Really,
hit
dude?
A.
Really?
and then
You
that
should
guy-
hit
You need
A.
to practice shooting while riding.
So we did A, B, C, D, E. So now F hits AC 17 on GH88.
That is a hit.
Okay, for 3 force damage.
Okay. Yeah. GH88 is like, that's it.
And then Janie's going to get 2 shots at her. Oh, AC 20 on Janie
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh,
for 6 force.
Okay.
And AC 18 on Janie
Ooh.
Yep, that'll hit.
for 6 force. Pew pew. And this last guy shoots at SDO1, the Steel Defender,
So it is dodging.
who is dodging. AC 4.
No.
Kind of deflects off of his steel hide, but does not do any damage. So then we go to Janie, our Clash Star Sorceress.
Sorry, I was getting an ice cream delivery.
aw.
That's okay. We like ice cream.
Important.
Awesome.
Okay, so. Okay. So.
Okay, so
Do you have a 15-foot cone template?
I do. Let me grab that real quick.
Although a 20-foot radius would hit down one full side, wouldn't it?
It would, yep. And would just miss us by doing so.
Did you want the 20-foot template?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Pretty sure you can hit one whole side, but just gonna double check it here.
It's just a question of whether or not you can. That can be
Whether or
done
not I
while
can
still
do it
not
while
hitting
not
us.
hitting us, yeah. So yeah, I could do that.
You better have good control over that thing.
Okay, so we're gonna go level 3 fireball.
Oh. Go big or go home.
That's gonna be a dexterity saving throw from E, F, G, H, and whatever the heck the other guy is.
Okay.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Alright, so dexterity save. E, F, G, H, and then the leader. Alright, so E gets a 1,
Fail!
gets an 11,
Ash.
Fail!
2,
Ash.
Fail!
Keep it up.
Yay.
14.
It meets it, so it just makes it.
Aw.
Okay, and then this guy here,
He passed.
8.
Fail!
Oh.
That for
So
hey.
everybody but H takes 26.
Ooh.
What about H takes 26?
Flame
H
on.
takes 13.
So H is like resilient and dodgy. Maybe that's why I missed
I don't
him.
know.
Yeah.
That's why he's next to the leader, because he's like the leader's personal.
He's the one who
guard.
actually knows what's
He's
going
his
on.
right hand man.
Well, he is on his right hand, so right hand man.
Or right claw lizard.
I know you're gonna need a right hand man.
That song by Joan Osborne, is that who it was?
Wow. Look at that, you just bloodied 4 of them.
Nice.
Okay, so
Awesome.
Oh, and I did wild search.
Aw.
Jenny
So we're looking
releases
for a
this
duplicate.
fireball, shoots out, it explodes, and heavily damages 4 out of those 5 guys, and still does some damage to the other guy who made the save. So,
I don't know. If it were me,
Nice.
I'd be second guessing what I'm doing here.
you do seem. It does seem like they look a little bit nervous now. They seem a little bit surprised.
Pissed off flying chick, pissed off purple hair chick with fire, you know.
All right.
Flames up the side of their dinosaurs.
Breathing? Heaving?
Nice
Okay.
job, Janie.
So you let out that fireball. It explodes. It burns up a bunch of those guys, and this isn't quite consistent with the rules, but I want to do it anyway because I'm the DM. So So the
Rules
leader
are
guy, the leader guy down here goes. He yells out in like broken common. Wait! Stop! Everybody, stop! And you see all of them like holster their laser pistols, and they don't make any sort of. They don't seem to be making any sort of advance or attacking in any way.
So we stand
I
down.
shoot him while the guard is down.
Well, I will put
Arvine swoops down and bonks you on the head.
I will put my laser
Yoink.
pistol back where it belongs.
Arvine kind of
I'll
drops.
stow my magic fingers.
Arvine at least kind of drops, so she's holding the laser rifle at one side, so she's
Yeah,
not.
I am not
actively
putting my-
aiming on them. Yeah,
I'm not putting my crossbow away.
yeah. You can lower it. That's
Well, that's
slightly less aggressive posture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the leader, he sort of comes out. You know, he doesn't get really close to you. He gets maybe about like 5, 10, 15 feet away from the group, with his hands up and his laser pistol holstered, and he says, "I am Atchok, leader of lizard folk.
Gesundheit.
Why you go to Yonti City?"
Could I make a history check on Yanti?
I would say that people can make nature checks.
Nature checks.
Nature checks.
Nature checks.
Yep.
That's not my strong point. Let's see. Nope,
Nope.
not today.
Not me either.
I rolled a 2.
No.
I rolled a 4. And that's
Well-
after -2 because it really was a 6.
That's right. I have a
Well-
+4 in nature, and I still only got an 8.
So 12 was the highest.
Well,
All right. I don't think they're really all that unusual. So, with an easy DC of 10, we'll say that Janie has heard of these before. You know, they're typically called Yuan Ti. This creature, Atchok, he's saying Yuan Ti, but you're pretty sure Yuan Ti. You're pretty sure that's what he's saying in broken common. And you know that Yuan Ti are snake-like creatures. Some of them are very human in appearance, but they have like snake-looking eyes with small patches of scales and certain discolorations of the skin in different areas that are sort of like snake collar patterns. And then there are ones that have like snake heads but human bodies, and there are ones that have almost entirely snake bodies, but their upper body is still somewhat humanoid, but they have like humanoid arms but a snake head and a snake body. So there's varying degrees of how much snake they are versus humanoid. But you basically essentially know that they are some kind of a snake race. And I'll say that you also have heard that they are violent.
Oh.
Okay.
well, apparently I was more violent than them.
Well, I don't know what these Yanti people are, but it's her idea. I point
All
out.
right, Arvine kind of flies down to the ground. She stays transformed for now. She's not completely convinced the situation is benign. And she says, I needed to come here so we could stop a great evil that's in that city. These creatures you speak of, whatever they are they still living there?
Yes, Yanti, evil, very evil.
How many Yanti are in that city?
Many.
Do you know of something like a leader or a monster or something that would be a greater evil from among them?
Yanti and lizard folk fight for all of time on planet Tunar. Always fighting, always war.
Well, we aren't exactly snakes. Why'd you? Sorry, I take that back. Strakx doesn't know. We aren't exactly these Yuan-Ti things. So why'd you attack us?
We possess city ours, but Yuan-Ti live there.
How
So they
long?
threw.
Go ahead.
So they threw you out of your home.
They build cities, we build cities, we fight, we take city, they take city back. Constant war, always.
So, in other words, they're just having a civil war on this planet, it seems.
We can help you.
You, very powerful.
I
You
whispered
use
to Jamie,
fire.
or we could take them both out. Take the city ourselves.
Yes,
You go inside Dome, you
use
kill
power.
Yuan-Ti.
We're supposed to stop at least something inside the dome. It might be the leader of the Yuan-Ti. It might be some monster that they have. I don't know.
How you get through Dome?
We don't know.
Working
We
on that.
were going to try to figure that out. Is there a doorway somewhere?
Only door opened by Yuan-Ti priest.
Oh.
Okay.
They use magic for Dome. They open circles at bottom of Dome to come and to go.
How often do they come or go from the city?
Sometimes every day, sometimes not for many days. They go in large groups to protect. We attack, so they come and go in large groups.
So what? You thought we were with them or something?
We
I don't know why you attacked us.
This is constant war. You perhaps friends of Yuan-Ti.
We are friends of no one here.
Not the creatures in that dome, anyway. That's okay. So it looks like we're gonna have to wait for one of their patrols to get through. But meanwhile, I mean,
I'd like to look at these.
if we're gonna try to stop these Yuan-Ti, is there a way that we can either spy on them while they open the dome, or? I mean, I kind of look at the rest of the party and say some of our members could use rest. Do you guys have somewhere safe that we could go to rest and then come back and figure out how to get into the dome to stop the Yuan-Ti leader?
Yes, we have village not far.
Okay.
You can rest with us.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
all together in one place.
Then we shall follow you then.
Yeah, let's go. Let's rest for now, and then we can try to come back and spy on the priest opening the door and maybe get through tomorrow.
Yeah. Or at least look at these circles they mentioned. Maybe there's some
Yeah.
kind of pattern or something there we can figure out.
Okay. So Achak brings you. I mean, he yells out in Draconic to all of the troops who had already, stopped fighting anyway. But he starts yelling out to them in Draconic, and then the whole group of lizard folk and all of you all travel. It's only about 10 minutes, and you come to sort of a ramshackle village that's more of just like a big area that they kind of cleared out, and they have like some huts and things like that. And Achak basically tells you that you can walk like right up to the dome and look through. I mean, you can walk around the whole thing. I mean, he doesn't know what they would do because he gives you the impression that the dome is impenetrable and that you can't get through unless one of the priests is opening up a hole in it.
And maybe we just have to hit it hard enough.
Yeah, I mean, they have not found any way to get through, and sometimes there are groups of Yuan-Ti that come from other cities, and they travel through the jungle and they come here, and sometimes they send groups that come from inside the dome and they travel to other cities. Sometimes they send out groups that basically go out and collect the other humanoid races for slaves, and quite often the lizard folk are taken for slaves. He tells you about there are troglodytes, there are kobolds. There are
Probably know what kobolds are.
there are Kuatoa. There are all kinds of different sort of monstrous humanoids that live on the planet, which they call Tunar. And for the most part, the lizard folk and the Yuan Ti are the dominant races, and they're always fighting. They have the cities, and it seems like the Yuan Ti keep sending out large groups to collect different races. And then they bring them back to the dome. And they talk about how sometimes they try to attack them when they try to go through the dome, but so far they haven't been able to defeat any of the groups that have gone through.
Well, and it seems to me we have a few different options. We can either go on up to this dome, see if we can find a way through, or wait and ambush these Yuan Ti things, assuming that we're anywhere nearby when they come out of the dome. For all we know, they may come out on the other side of the dome. That would be just our luck.
Or we could get ourselves captured as slaves and go in.
We could do that.
Well, they'll take all of our weapons, though. I think that.
But they
I would
take
go
our
with
minds.
With the thing that results in more killing.
My weapons exist in my fingers.
Yeah.
What was that?
I mean,
you want to do the thing that results in more killing? I'm going for that.
I kind of look at Janie and go, if these priests are just doing something that stops the magic of the dome in a small area, do you have any capabilities along those lines yet?
Other than trying to burn it down or blink in, I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, would that work?
Medicate doesn't remember if you have dispel magic or anything like that. Teleportation might work, although it would probably only get her in.
I have
That's my concern.
that also.
That's right. Greg also has that now.
Misty
Fun.
steps.
Misty
Fun.
Step.
Misty steps. But
Well,
I wouldn't want to misty step myself in there and then be alone. So
whatever the case, it's probably not happening today.
No,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
I'm gonna go cut a nap.
we need rest. So
Are you taking a short rest or a long rest?
I was gonna long rest
I'd like to take a
since
long
we're at
rest
the
because I need
village.
to school up some spells for my new level.
Stay overnight, hang out at the campfire with them, whatever it is that
Okay.
they do.
Cook some hot
see what
dogs
else
and
we
make
can
some
learn.
s'mores.
I'd like to take a long rest since I'm 1 point from bloody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right. So we will. So all of you will take a long rest, and you do successfully take your long rest.
Take my long rest. Reset my defender's hit points.
Is everybody good on your long rest?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have chips also.
Reset GH88's hit points.
Okay. So you guys basically, take a long rest there, and you get up the next morning. So the Achak says that he can, escort you the 10 minutes back to the clearing,
Excellent. Can you get us breakfast too?
just in case. Yeah, you guys can get food and stuff,
Yep.
and then
You get a stick of meat.
I admit,
help to
Perfect.
escort you.
Arvine asked Strakx just to check in with the ship. I mean, she would have asked him last night just to tell him what we were doing. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can assume Strakx just does a regular check, at least to let him know that,
What's happening?
we're doing
Yeah.
okay. We're staying
Yep.
over the night.
Yep.
Yeah, we're having a sleepover, spending the night.
And everyone's in pajamas. Or are they?
I sleep au natural, one with nature, man.
Sometimes
The hobgoblin thing.
I end up that way.
So what do you guys do once you get back to the clearing, to the edge of the clearing?
Well, I want to go take a look at this. Take a closer look at this dome. See what these circles he half mentioned.
The circles only appear when groups of Yuan Ti are coming and going.
Okay.
I would say we lay in wait in the forest and see if we can spot a group of UNT returning to the dome. And even if we don't set an ambush on this particular round, watch how it works when they go in. Or just set an ambush, one or the other.
Yeah. That's probably our only Oops, I gotta talk. Hold on. That's
Words.
probably our only play that we really have right now, based upon we don't know what their schedules are.
Well, still like a bit more information on this dome anyway. So I'd like to go up there, at least take a look at it before we have to go through it.
Okay, so you approach the dome.
Okay. All right. Keep an eye out. And I will ritual cast Identify on the dome.
Ritual cast Identify on the dome. I'm going to look up the spell.
I can read it here if you want.
Yeah, you can read it if you like.
Okay, you choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic-imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
So it is not a magic item or a magically imbued object.
It is not a magically imbued object. Okay, so which means it is a magic unto itself.
Correct.
Okay, which at the very least, my Identify would tell me that much, but probably not much more since it's not an item.
Correct.
Okay.
It is some kind of a magical barrier.
All right.
Matisse asked, is the leader guy still there, or did he go?
They're basically dropping you off along the edge of the forest, and they ask if you need anything before they leave, but otherwise they're going about their business.
She would ask if the dome has always been there for as long as they can remember, or was it recently added?
Atrak tells you that it had been recently added, that there was a time when the lizard folk lived in the city, and then there was more fighting, and then the UNT got control of it, and the dome. I mean, he can't really give you an accurate description of time, as you track it, but you think based on like the way that he describes like the number of moons that have passed, sort of like a day that has passed. You gather that it's probably been close to a year since the UNT got a hold of the city and the magical dome appeared, and it's been there for probably about close to a year, if you count the number of moons that he describes.
Okay. So it's recent and it's not ancient.
It's right. The city is pretty ancient, but the dome seems to be a relatively recent creation of the UNT.
Okay.
And Atrak also mentions that this is the first that they've ever seen of these types of things before coming from the UNT.
Okay.
Okay. RV, go ahead, Griff.
I was going to say that must be where our great evil is. The creator of whoever generated the dome.
Arvine, you still have this this innate sense that there is something evil inside there. You sort of feel this pull toward the city.
Okay.
Well, if a person did actually create this dome, they're pretty strong.
Right.
But hey, maybe it's not a person.
Arvine turns to the lizard folk and asks them like if they noted like around the time that the dome appeared, was there anything that arrived on the planet at the city that was noteworthy in that time frame?
Atrak doesn't. I mean, nobody in his tribe knows of anything.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's nothing to it but to sit and wait.
Yeah, I mean, I guess before we walk back to wait in hiding, Arvine kind of nudges Matisse and says, I wonder if your memories would show any powerful emotions tied to this place as it has changed hands within the past few generations, it sounds like.
Would I be able to touch the dome?
Remember, it's an area, Greg.
It's an area, so I would have.
It's a location.
Okay.
Right. So me putting you at the edge of the city where the dome appeared is a location. That's why Arvine is asking you that.
I don't know, but I can try and see if anything washes over me and I go to touch something.
Remember, you don't have to touch anything, but if you want to flavor, if you want to flavor it that way, you can.
Yeah.
So you use Memory of 1,000 lifetimes, and essentially what you see is the fight that just happened between you and the lizard folk.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't. It's not anything that's.
There's no other strong emotional events that have occurred here within your time frame.
Okay.
Did you see Janie kicking ass again?
I made a profound impact on this area.
The fireball scared the crap out of them.
I did see it, and I saw the terror on their faces. So yes.
Good. Describe it. No.
All right, so I guess
You're
we
such
go
a masochist.
set an ambush
I'm
at the edge
honestly
of the
trying
woods.
not to be, but it's just kind of coming out that way. So I need to modulate that a little.
You can call him the Straxorcist.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the plan?
Staying hiding at the edge of the jungle. Watch and see if we spy any groups of UNT heading towards the dome.
We call it laying in wait. We lay in wait.
I want to cast a magic missile at the dome.
I'll see if it sparks someone's curiosity about who's
See if it
attacking.
does anything to the dome, or at least draws them something toward us.
Arvine suggests
You'll have to use a first level spell, and you'll use 3 missiles. Is that what do you want to do that?
I mean, Arvine suggests that we hide at the edge of the woods, so at least if we draw people out, they don't see immediately where it came from.
Yeah, that's fine. It's got 120 foot reach.
Yep.
Okay. Is that what you're doing, Janie?
That's what I would like to do.
Okay, so the 3 magical darts of energy come flying out, and even though there's nothing in the way, they do these loop-de-loops and these aerial things, and they smash into the dome, and nothing you perceive really changes.
Well, let's see if that caught anybody's attention.
It would be 12 force damage, by the way.
12 force damage? Okay.
Yep.
From the couple
And I
thousand
didn't wild
that probably
surge.
has.
Let's see.
See a huge
let's-
explosion in the jungle. Kadoosh.
Let's have everyone make a perception check, please.
Including me?
Yes.
Okay.
Perceptive.
I'm not perceptive at all.
Perceptive.
My God.
The minimum will be your passive as usual.
Ugh. Yep, my passive is what it is. 15.
Mine is what it is, which is 13.
13.
It looks like I was
13.
watching the gnome because I got a 21.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
21. Okay.
I can't roll for shit tonight.
So, Strakx, from 100 feet away at the edge of the clearing, you try to focus in on that spot where the magic missiles were hitting, and you see sort of like some cloudy silhouettes move up close to the dome. And part of the reason why you can pick them out is because as they get closer to the dome, they get less and less foggy. They become easier and easier to see as they get close to the dome, and you see what you assume is one of the UNT sort of walk like right up to the dome. So he sort of comes into focus, and he's running a hand across the dome.
Everybody hide.
We're already hiding.
And
Yeah.
No,
it's
hide. Not
It's
just duck. Cover.
it's looking up and it's kind of checking it out, and then you see another shape kind of come in, and it's the first shape was like humanoid body with snake head, and then the second one that comes in is everything is snake like except for like from the neck to the waist and the arms, but the head and from the waist down it's all snake, and it looks like they kind of confer a little bit, and then they move away from the dome, so they become all fuzzy and cloudy again.
Okay.
It seems like they noticed and they were kind of trying to see if they could figure out what it was, but then they moved away, so you're not sure what to make of that.
as they start to move away, I shoot the dome with my crossbow. That's a 120-foot long range,
Okay.
and it is magical.
It is magical. All right. So you shoot at it. Are you trying to get it like in the same spot, like where those guys
Roughly.
were?
Yeah,
Okay.
roughly the same spot.
All right. So because you're trying to
Get them
go,
to turn around again.
yeah. Why don't you make an attack roll for this one to see how
So
close
we'll
to
be
them
at
you can get it?
disadvantage because it is long range.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should I take the 20 or the 19?
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
Wow!
I take the night.
So that's a 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well
So-
shoot,
done.
shoot where the missiles hit.
All right, so it hits right in that spot, and then you see the
Seriously,
fir-
everybody, hide.
the first creature comes back and stands at the edge of the dome, so you can see him fairly clearly. He's still 100 feet away, but
Mhm.
and then he's kind of motioning, and then the other creature comes back, and then the first one that has just the snake head moves away, but the other one stays and seems to be sort of on guard at that spot.
Hmm.
Do you
Right.
go knock
Seriously?
on the door?
No, we pretty much did. So seriously, everybody hide.
Yeah.
Give it a few minutes. See if we get their attention to come and see
Come
if we
out
get
to
something coming out.
investigate.
Yeah. Okay.
So 10 minutes go by, 20
I
minutes
won't wait
go
that
by.
long.
You won't
No,
wait?
if nobody comes out of 10 minutes, I'm taking another shot.
Take another shot.
I can do this all day. However, no, I can't. 11.
Oh no.
It's a big dome. I just don't hit the same spot.
So that one hits the ground before the dome this time.
Well, I'm still aiming for the dome.
Arvine kind of shakes
I
her
can ta-
head
I can
at
take-
you and
I can
levels
take
off
shots all day.
her laser rifle and fires at that spot of the dome. So,
22 to hit.
22. Okay, so you hit it that time, and the creature seems to notice that you hit it. You think it's kind of trying to look to see if it can see who is on the edge of the forest.
I'm
Or
going to
sorry,
hide.
the jungle. Why don't everybody make stealth checks for me?
oh boy.
Oh, that's right. I'm making something with disadvantage.
For hiding.
I stealth with disadvantage
I got
also.
a 13.
Well, if you have disadvantage, make a regular roll because you have the cover of the jungle.
Oh, okay. In
Okay.
that case, my
So
first
then, do we
roll
have
was a
advantage
14.
otherwise?
Yes, you have advantage otherwise.
Okay.
I guess my first roll was a 14.
Well, it's not much better.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. All right.
Okay, so it's +5 to that roll. That's not bad.
So what's the total, Greg?
So 14.
Okay, Strax,
14.
Janie.
11.
I was waiting for 14.
I turned it down to 11.
24.
Well,
Show off.
Fucking angels, man.
So the creature doesn't seem to change its attitude or position.
Hmm.
It continues to basically just stand there and sort of watch and be on guard.
All right.
hmm.
Arvine is at the ready, but she thinks better of shooting the laser rifle because that's so obvious at that point where it would come from because it's big and flashy. So,
Move down. You can just move down a little bit.
So another 10 minutes goes by.
yeah.
We're gonna have to do
Apparently
something.
knocking on the doors and getting them out.
I don't
Something
think they're going to
big.
open the door that way if they haven't already. So we should just hunker down and wait to see if there's a party that comes back to the dome.
Well,
What if they
I
come
also
back to the
think
dome on the complete other side of the dome? I mean,
If we
And they don't.
it got their attention that we actually managed to hit it, And I noticed that they actually looked over the dome to make sure that it was okay. So we might actually be able to bust through this thing.
To
Just
damage
keep
it.
shooting it.
I don't know about that. This thing's pretty big.
Well, we don't have to bust down the whole dome. Just make a hole.
Not the whole dome,
no.
just a dome hole.
Right.
Do the people who rolled Arcana on it have any knowledge of how something like that would work?
Well, they didn't seem to care all that much when it was getting hit by projectiles, but
They seem more worried about my
You get
magic.
magic projectiles?
yeah, I mean, when something magical hit it, they took a little more interest.
Right.
When the
Well,
crossbow bolts have
John's-
been hitting it, I mean, they've been sort of noting it, but they haven't seemed to react all that much to it.
Although
Well,
the
that's
crossbow
a-
bolts are magic.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm not throwing my laser sword
Janie, how
at
about
it, so.
can you hit
No.
that thing without making yourself too tired?
Yeah, but I'd have to come out of the forest a little.
Hmm.
Oh,
That would be
'cause-
a little bit.
yeah.
That would be a bit too much of an invitation.
Unless I
think.
doubled the range of my my ray of frost.
Yeah, but you couldn't do that all day.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, because the magic doesn't have a long range. That's right, it just has the range. I mean, I can shoot the laser rifle at it. I'm just a little worried about whether it might draw them to us unless we're moving around while we do it.
Well, we wanted to draw them to us. We just don't want them to see.
I was
how
trying to
many
get
of us
them
there
to open
are.
up a door to see who the heck's out here. That was
Well.
my plan.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to. That was my first plan too, but apparently not doing that. So
I can try the laser rifle and see what happens. I just feel like eventually they're going to figure out where we are and they're going to send a lot of people. Whereas if we waited for a party that's returning to the dome that isn't expecting us,
we could be waiting weeks.
we could be.
I don't know about you, but
I don't think that
I
there's
miss
people left
some
on the
of
ship.
Luigi's, three-eye fish soup. I'd like to get back there.
I miss my Earl.
I bet you do.
It's warm and snuggly.
I mean, he told us that they return every day or two, and it's a big, huge clearing that wraps around this dome.
No, he didn't.
No, he
said
didn't say
He
that.
said sometimes.
Okay.
They said they can sometimes come out every day. Sometimes they don't come out for weeks.
Okay.
There's no way to know.
Oh.
Plus, like I said, it's a big dome. They may come out we're on the other side, and we never know.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to make them come out. We're just
I
gonna
mean,
have-
I can. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
so
for lack of anything
I'll-
else, I'm going to keep shooting.
I'll aim with the laser rifle. No, she kind of nudges you to the side and takes
Okay.
aim with the
All right.
laser
Oh,
rifle.
So,
There's enough
so
room
hold
here
on.
for
So hold on. So
Yeah.
essentially, you do everything that you can without exhausting your resources to try to
Yeah.
get their attention, and nothing seems to have an effect. There's always that one guard there who's just kind of observing, but nothing that you're doing really seems to be making that guard upset, and he seems to be feeling pretty safe behind his magical dome. So
Right.
the situation doesn't really change no matter what you guys are doing with your projectiles. And,
Says, yeah, several
has to do
hundred
with
points of damage is not making a difference. Yes.
you just keep firing, and that,
Yeah.
and they just basically have a guard on there just to be like, in case something changes, they want to have somebody there.
Right.
But so far, nothing's really changing.
So I think we have to wait for somebody else to head towards in who doesn't know that we're here. You know, and yes, it might be a wait, but I don't see what better option we have.
I want to do, out of character, I want to do something, but you're all going to hate me if I do it. But it is something that Strakx would do, so I don't want to.
We already ate you, John. Whatever.
Would he?
Oh, thank you.
Well, is it something that will endanger everybody else?
Potentially.
Oh, John.
Can I just keep like shocking, grasping my brother so I can continue to try and roll for a wild sword?
Sure.
Oh.
I could shock the trees.
Just say, because what Strakx would do at this point is, in a fit of frustration, march up to the guard
and yell at him. That's
yeah,
what I meant by
call him the
let's
son
go
of a motherless
knock.
whore. and try to intimidate him out of his dome.
Can I cast Moonbeam on the dome?
I don't know that it'd do anything.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean the situation you seem to be facing is that they have a very powerful magical protective, spell or something up there, and nothing really seems to be penetrating it.
Spell magic.
Right. Yeah, you probably get that
you
in a
and
few more
Strakx
levels.
don't have that yet, but the two of you think it's conceivable that something like that could possibly get through the dome.
I mean, the teleporters could potentially get through the dome, but how you open it for us to come through, if you're not a priest and you don't know where to find a priest, and you're in enemy territory.
You also think it's conceivable that Misty Step could work. But again, you'd be on the other side by yourself.
Yeah, I can't think of any way that ends well, unfortunately.
I'm trying to think if there's anything.
I wonder if that dome extends below the ground.
Oh, it's you're saying go under it instead of through it.
Take a while to dig it out, but yeah.
That might not be a bad idea.
We could. I'd almost rather ask the lizard folk, because they probably know. And if these people have been at war for centuries, trench warfare and tunnel warfare, I guarantee you it's come up already.
They're riding dinosaurs.
They probably still would have thought to try to dig under things.
I just want to run up there and go.
The lizard folk have moved on. They're basically on their patrols right now, so they've moved around.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaur.
They're essentially doing the same thing that you guys are doing. They basically monitor the dome every day, and they look for openings, which, like you said, sometimes they get them. Sometimes it takes days or weeks before they see one.
Can we wait days or weeks?
I would say no. I don't.
I'd get bored.
I mean, I could hope that maybe he gives me a better idea, when I'm sleeping or something at some point of what to do now that we're here. But, if we can't open it, I think we have to wait for one of their guys still. There's no other choice, because walking right up and calling attention and getting ourselves captured is not.
We don't know that that's going to happen, but it is an option.
Yeah.
Can you fireball it?
You really want me to waste a 3rd level spell slot?
It was just
because I mean, with us taking however long we just took taking pot shots, we've done more damage to it than a fireball would do, and it didn't do anything. This is a very powerful magical.
I'm just trying to think of something.
That's okay.
Spitballing.
Yeah.
Everybody's allowed to spitball.
Yep.
What do you guys think is the best plan out of the options that you've discussed so far?
Nothing.
Tunneling.
There are no good plans.
Would
If you
be
had
okay
to
with
pick
me
one.
trying one of my stupid ideas?
Going down.
Wait for somebody to show up and open the dome rather than let Strakx do something stupid.
No, it's not all that stupid. It'd get somebody out to open the dome.
Nope.
And it wouldn't be all that much risk. Really, it'd be great.
Nope.
And what is your
If it gets 100 of them out to open the dome, then that's not good situation.
Why
Well,
would
then
they?
at least
Well,
some of
this
us
is
would
the
be in
cool
the back
thing.
waiting.
Why would they send 100 guys out
For
just
one
to
guy.
capture one person? Right.
If there's anything smart, they figured out that there's more than one of us out here by the nature
We've
of
been
what was
hidden
hitting
back
the
here. They
dome.
haven't seen how many there are.
But there's been different things hitting the dome.
Doesn't mean it's more than one.
Yeah, I could be trying different things. Or we just
I'm-
go over to a different spot on the dome.
I'm still in favor of waiting for a party to return to the dome, since that's what
We
the
can-
lizard folk
that's-
told
that's-
us about.
That's still an option.
Yep,
I just saying
that's
I'd
my
like
vote.
to try this. It's a really good idea.
I'm wary of your good ideas, Strakx. and
Oh,
I think
come
with
on.
good
When have I
reason.
ever had a bad idea?
I
It's
look
like Hermione.
heavily-
She's
I
got
look-
an idea. It's mad.
I look heavily at Janie and shake my head.
I've already voiced my opinion. I'm ready to march right up there and give him enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think
Matisse, what do you think?
I think that this is a fool's errand if we can't get inside, so we must make some kind of
Gesture.
spectacle of ourselves in order to get their attention.
the good. I mean, we're here at the good captain's graces, and he's not gonna want to sit forever on that ship, you know, with nothing to show for it. So we might as well try something to hurry things
Yeah,
along.
but these
If it
people
doesn't
go
work-
out and force to enslave people. Do you really want to draw all that attention on you, or would you rather set an ambush?
That's what I'm talking about.
This
Setting
is
an
a form of
ambush.
setting an ambush. We send one person out to look. Sorry.
We send my brother out to look helpless and alone, and then we stay back here and blast the shit out of them when they come out.
Oh no! I got something even better than that. but it's
Okay.
along that line. We just got to go someplace else. So this guy's been watching us too long.
Okay. All right. So I give you your chance, Strakx.
All right. So take him over to a different spot. A different spot on the dome. It's a little bit away from the guy.
Okay.
We're just out of visuals of that guy.
So maybe like, a quarter mile or something around or. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. While we were taking a break, I had a pretty cool idea. You know how my bag of holding, that my little bag here, is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside?
You want to stuff us in there?
I would no, because you wouldn't last very long in there. There's no air. But I got that. It gave me an idea. So follow me. I take everybody up to the dome.
Everybody. No, we're setting an ambush. Remember?
We are.
Ambush?
Come on. We are. We're setting an ambush. Come on.
You're
Up,
putting
everybody up to the
people.
dome.
No, if you're talking about putting me in the bag of
Oh my
holding,
God.
that's not happening.
No. What you do have the whole thing. I got this other cool thing.
This is entertaining for me.
Oh, God.
So come on. Just trust me.
I love watching John.
Yeah.
I'm watching Kate fight him so hard.
Arvine raises an eyebrow at you.
Okay, so we get up to the dome.
Okay, so you're all
check
up at the
this out.
dome. Yeah,
Check this
there
out.
Doesn't appear to be anybody there.
I reach into my bag and I pull out this nice big old coil, this big long coil of rope that's got this weird little doodad attached to one end of it. Watch this. I swing the rope and I throw the end up into the air, and it sticks.
In the
To the air.
or on the dome?
On the dome? Or
No,
just
in the air.
Cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Climb on up.
I don't know
Come
if
on,
I'm
all of you,
strong
come on
enough
up.
for that.
What do you want us to do?
Just go up the rope.
To set an ambush outside the clear dome that they can see outside?
Yep.
Where they would see us up in the air.
It's foggy. It's a foggy dome.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not looking at us right now. Just go on up the rope.
I go.
Okay.
Partially
when
transparent.
When you get up to the top,
Semi-opaque.
yeah. When you get up to the top of the rope, your head seems to kind of you're suddenly looking around you. Below you, you still see the ground, but around you, just kind of see this like empty space, like a little room.
Okay.
Huh.
Uh,
A pocket dimension?
that's interesting.
He just put us in the bag of holding.
So does everybody climb up the rope?
I'll climb up the rope.
Is
Like
it
that's my brother.
Yeah, sure. I climb up to
Sort of.
see her disappear, and I kind of.
Okay, it's kind of hard to get SDO1 up there because
We got enough rope. We can haul
it's essentially a dog, but you
Arvine
do
pulls them
manage
up.
with some
Yeah.
effort to get it up there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
About up there.
When we're up there, can we like peek down and see
Yeah,
you down below?
What you see is for the audience, the spell is rope trick.
Oh.
So you touch a length of rope that is up to 60 feet long. One end of the rope then rises up into the air until the whole rope hangs perpendicular to the ground. At the upper end of the rope, an invisible entrance opens to an extra dimensional space that lasts until the spell ends, lasts for an hour. The extra-dimensional space can be reached by climbing up the top of the rope. The space can hold as many as 8 medium or small creatures. The rope can be pulled up into the space, making the rope disappear from the view outside the space.
Okay.
Attacks and spells can't cross the entrance into or out of the extra-dimensional space, but those inside can see out of it through a 3-foot by 5-foot window centered on the rope.
Interesting.
Hey, then.
Okay.
So there's a 3-foot by 5-foot, basically window on the floor of that space.
Okay. I mean, so how high can we be at any height? Because if that's the case, I'd say we lower this to the ground so it's a little easier for everybody to get down.
The spell does not say yes or no, except it does say that the rope is 60 feet long and it stretches up its full length. So I'm going to say that.
So it's 60 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are we out there? Good. Start taking out my take out my crossbow, and I just start point blank blasting the the dome.
The dome. Okay.
Over and over.
So after about 5 minutes, you see some shapes come towards the edge of the dome.
Okay.
And it's essentially the same configuration as before, where there's the one Tepe Yuan-Ti with just the snake head, and then there's the one that's like 90% snake. And they, excuse me, they seem to confer with one another, and essentially
I taunt them.
you taunt them.
I taunt you a second time.
The one that is mostly humanoid moves away, and the other one stands there on guard. It seems to be kind of a standard thing, like they've had this happen before.
Okay.
So he stands there watching you shooting at the dome.
Okay.
Now what?
Let's see.
Arvine gives it about 10 minutes.
Well, hang on a second. Checking over my skills here. I mean, I would
Anybody
normally
speak
probably.
Sikh?
I mean, there really isn't a taunt skill. There's only intimidation. To try to.
Arvine kind of peeks down and says, "You realize that some of the people who are up here are likely to fall off this rope if they try to spring an ambush from 60 feet up, right?
They'll be fine.
You realize that some of us can't shoot our weapons or use our swords from 60 feet up, right?
They'll be fine. I trust you guys mostly.
If you guys are trying to climb down the rope, as part of an ambush, there would be checks involved. I'm not making you guys make any climb checks because you've got all the time in the world and you can help each other. But if you're trying to spring an ambush and you're trying to go down the rope, sort of like in a combat situation, you're gonna have to make checks. And if you fail checks, you might slip or fall.
Tumbled.
Yeah, I peek down and go that this is incredibly cool, but I would argue that setting an ambush from the edge of the jungle is still safer and more likely to work.
Except that we wouldn't actually be able to get one out here. So
Get what? One
how about
what?
just a base charisma check? Then
What are you asking me, John?
He's
That's it.
trying to.
I'm trying to taunt the guy into basically opening the dome to like.
But only the priests can open the dome.
Well, I'll save you some time because
Okay.
you are, first of all, you're under the impression that the priests are the only ones that can open the dome. Secondly, you're under the impression that if you don't pose some kind of significant threat, they don't care about you.
Mm.
So far, nothing you guys have done has proven to be a significant
Is he
threat.
wearing anything made of metal?
This particular guy. Let me see here. Stats.
Can you set a fire?
No. Their
No.
armor class is based on natural armor.
Ah, darn it. Okay.
Arvine climbs down the rope.
Fine. Hey, hang on. I create bonfire at the guy's feet.
You create bonfire at the bottom of the guy's feet. Read me the way the spell is worded, please.
Okay. You create a bonfire on ground that you can see within range. That range is 60 feet. Until the spell ends, the magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast a spell must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage.
Okay.
Creature must also make a saving throw when it moves into the bonfire space. Blah blah blah.
Where are you standing in relation to the dome? You said you were standing right up on it, shooting stuff at it.
I'm pretty much right point blank on the dome.
Okay. So the fire appears at your feet. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Interesting. I have learned something. Oops.
Fire doesn't go through it.
Oh, it's a good thing because fireballs wouldn't have worked.
So it's weird because it's not a. What's it?
I just don't know what we can do in this situation.
All
Really.
right. Well, I failed my own, so
You burn yourself.
I burned
You all
myself
see
with
this
5
from your
points of
3x5 window in the rope trick.
There you go, brother. You're doing a good job.
damage.
Arvine raises an eyebrow.
This thing
looks at
reflect a
Janie,
spell that
shakes
doesn't
her
even
head.
pass in between. That's weird.
Arvine's like, this was a great plan, Strakx. It's awesome.
Oh, come on. Could have worked. Better
Arvine
than-
crawls down the rope.
Better than waiting for weeks over in the trees. Bugs bite.
I would
Bugs bite.
suggest that
I
we
know
s-
what you suggest.
set our ambush at the edge of the woods rather than
I
up a rope.
suggest you take your ideas and put them.
I would suggest that we have your sister cast her cantrips at the dome because they paid a whole lot more attention when she hit it with magic missiles.
I would suggest
He doesn't have magic missiles for
is
days.
Correct.
Right, but she has other spells that are elemental that could hit the dome. Now, I'm a little worried though because you tried to cast fire at the dome and instead it appeared under your feet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried to cast fire on the other side of the dome.
Okay.
So it had a
So-
barrier.
I would wonder if it does the same thing to other elemental spells. Like Ray of Frost.
I can see in Sarah's face and body language, she's like,
I don't know why Kate has to fight everything so hard.
I'm just
I'm gonna-
suggesting that
I'm
you
gonna
might get attention.
I'm gonna
that
cast
way.
poison spray at the dome.
Right.
It has to make a Constitution saving throw.
you see the green cloud of gas kind of like,
Come
disperse
back
itself
on us.
on the edge of the dome, and then it kind of goes away.
Oh, that's why I did create bonfire because the fire doesn't actually move between me and him. It just kind of appears there, which is why. So it's
But it
weird that it
didn't-
came back. But whatever.
Whatever, we
I'd
can
say-
fix your singed socks later, honey.
So, Janie, what
This
about
says I'm wearing
your...
socks.
You have an ice spell that doesn't use as many of your resources, right? It's ranged?
Yeah,
That's...
so is poison spray.
Yeah, but at least the ice spell is an attack roll. Depending on how the dome works, that could make a difference.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if poison would have poisoned the dome or anything like that.
Right, the dome might be immune to certain things, but
Sure, I will cast Ray of Frost. AC 22.
You hit the dome, and there's like a brief cold spot that then quickly melts away.
Ah.
Oh, I did a minimum and a maximum for the damage, by the way.
Well, I say we start digging.
That might not be a bad idea. You go below the dome and tunnel up somewhere.
I guess let's move to another spot where there's not a guard standing here now.
Nah, let him watch.
Bored.
Who knows?
So
Maybe it'll
Strakx is
actually
an
get them.
exhibitionist.
Then when we hit another
Yeah.
dome under the ground, then we'll go set an ambush in the woods and wait for that. But please try. Maybe.
So what's happening now?
I
Well,
guess we're digging a hole. Or
I'm looking at
Where
I'm looking at my sets
Sarah.
of tools to see what I have to dig a hole.
She's like, oh my god.
Hey, if you come up with any better ideas,
I wish
I'm
I
was the
okay
first
with
one to shoot the damn thing.
I'm okay with you trying to dig under it. I just think we should
Oh,
move
thank
to a
you.
different spot. And I am prepared for the eventuality that it won't work and we'll have to fall back to the original plan that the lizard folk suggested to us.
Now,
There's
do
a
it your
pond
ways,
butt
Washington. That
behind
way,
Chris.
if it actually is a problem, they'll
They
send people out and we have a way in.
say we suggest camping and waiting. They said that it never works for them.
Yes. Thank
Well,
you.
they said that they're not strong enough fighters.
They
This-
they didn't necessarily. Okay, so all right, so backing up a little bit to the discussions that you would have had during your rest and when they basically dropped you off at the edge of the
Party on, Wayne.
the ring of the jungle.
Yeah.
Was that they had no way of knowing when the Yuan-Ti are going to and from, but they basically run patrols all the time around the edge of the jungle, waiting for them to come and to go. And every so often, they basically hit it at the right time, and they get somebody coming or going, and there's a big fight. Sometimes they wipe them out completely, and the Yuan-Ti that were coming or going just get slaughtered. Sometimes they get slaughtered, and the lizard folk are driven off. And basically, they keep having random skirmishes with the hopes that they can basically find an opening and try to get in. Typically what their plan is to try to find a group that was going in,
Right,
and when they open it up, to basically try to charge through and attack.
right.
But that hasn't worked out since they put the dome up. They have been unsuccessful, but they have been able to stop a couple of groups coming or going, but they've also lost some of their tribe to ones that are coming and going. I mean, it's just this constant struggle, but they basically wait around doing patrols to try to ambush them.
Okay.
One of the things that wasn't really discussed, which let's have everybody make a general intelligence check.
Okay.
How smart is Strakx today?
Just roll a 20, add your intelligence modifier.
Strakx is pretty smart today. 22.
17.
Intelligence check. So 10.
2.
Greg, you
Do
got
we
a
want to
10?
follow your plan?
Yes, because I have -2.
Oh, as far as I can tell, my plans are great.
Okay. And Arvine got a what?
2.
And Janie got
17.
and Strax.
22.
22. Okay. So Janie and Strax, you're all sort of trying to discuss what happened. You're trying to remember about your discussions with Achuk and the lizard folk. And one of the things that somebody did sort of mention offhandedly was that they had tried to do an ambush at night one time, and they almost got through the dome because it wasn't as obvious because they were just attacking during the day all the time. And eventually the Yuan-Ti started to leave more at night. But typically the groups of Yuan-Ti that were coming to the dome were usually during the day. But after a while of fighting, months after month after months with the lizard folk, the groups that would leave the dome would often leave at night. It didn't stop the conflicts because the lizard folk patrol it, 24/7. But they did sometimes try to do it at night, and they seem to have marginally more success at night. They got closer to getting in, but they were not successful either through sheer numbers of the Yuan-Ti or sometimes bad luck.
So it seems like we would need to attack when it's nighttime.
Well, we would need to wait and see if their plan was still the same. They were waiting for people to either leave or come to the dome. They were just trying to do it at night.
And still not
So-
working very well.
With the idea that they could get closer to the dome without being seen, which
Right.
sometimes they did, but they weren't able to actually, completely get through the dome. But they did get closer to the dome.
So I would say that we set our ambush. Maybe we'll get lucky and somebody will come back during the day. But then if we don't, we plan to stay overnight and maybe move a little closer and see if somebody leaves.
The lizard folk also don't have a rope trick.
Yeah, but the rope trick only lasts an hour, so sadly we can't just.
We can't do that all night.
I'd love to camp the whole night, but it's not as yeah, it's not the dome. Nobody has the dome yet, or the hut, tiny hut.
Liam's tiny hut.
Yeah. Well, I think Sarah will have access to it soon.
So what's the plan, group?
Well,
I can hear all the listeners right now being like, "Why aren't you doing this? You should do this. Why aren't you doing?"
I'm still for trying digging, but I don't even have a shovel. Ah,
You can't create a shovel?
You have a halberd. You can't dig with that.
Wait, hang on.
Artificer, you can't make a shovel? He sucks.
Actually, you just reminded me of something. What have I got? Right tool for the job. With Tinker's tools in hand, which I have, you can magically create one set of artisan's tools in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. The creation requires 1 hour of uninterrupted work, which can coincide with a short or long rest. Due to the product of magic, the tools are non-magical and they vanish when you use this feature again.
Hey, John. What kind of creature is really good at digging its way under fences to escape the yard?
Dogs.
The Steel Defender.
Dogs are good at digging through things.
Hey, you can help.
Dig with the dog.
So what's happening?
If you want to try it, you can, but otherwise...
Katie's falling asleep because this is annoying.
Otherwise, I see no choice but to wait and hopefully wait for nightfall and have more
I'm
luck
trying
then.
everything to avoid having to wait in the jungle for weeks on end. Thank you very much.
What, Strakx, impatient? No.
But
Kate set in her ways?
it's not a bad idea.
No.
That's not a bad idea having SDO1 dig a hole. SDO1, dig a hole.
Okay. So SDO1 starts to dig. Where are you in relation to the dome?
I'm up next to SDO1. Actually, if we want to get under the dome like a tunnel, then probably, just like 5 feet back, really.
Okay.
Just back a little bit. Right in front of that guard. I'm waving to him. Hi, how you doing? We're digging a hole.
Well, he's probably not able to see us, really, is he?
Comes up to the side of the dome again.
Basically, if you come right up to the dome, you can see through it pretty clearly. The further away you get from it, the more foggy it
The
gets.
fuzzier it gets, yeah.
So he's right up at the edge of the dome.
He's pretty close to the edge of the dome, yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's watching us.
He's not
doing
digging
what-
down the side of
He's
the dome.
watching you do all the things you're doing.
and he's not saying anything.
He did. I mean, it's a little hard to tell because they're snake people, but you're pretty sure that when Strakx burned himself, that the Yanti was
He
laughing.
probably thought it was funny.
Pretty sure he was laughing.
Wow, we
No,
must.
the DM was.
Arvine's back at further range, so hopefully she's not visible.
we're looking like the Keystone Cops here, trying to get.
Okay, so after a couple of hours of digging,
Short rest.
yeah, I mean, you have a short rest if you want it.
It doesn't get me spell slots back anyway.
After a couple of hours of digging with the same sentry standing there behind the dome watching you guys, eventually SDO1 gets down to a point where you see something that looks like part of the dome.
Oh no, it's a bubble.
All right, so it goes all the way around. All right. Some do, some don't.
All right, so let's
All
go
right,
back to the
fine.
woods somewhere else and stand by.
Back to the woods.
Sorry,
Make sure to grab my
Strakx.
rope.
I think we should wait until it's dark and try what the other guys did when they were doing their patrols. Maybe we might get lucky with someone trying to see what's
Yeah.
happening.
Which basically, to make sure I understood, that they were setting ambush just closer to the dome because at night they could come out in the clearing without being seen, right?
Essentially, what they were doing was the patrols that they had, instead of being along the edge of the jungle, they would be out there in the middle of the night, maybe like 30 or 40 feet from the dome. So they
Okay.
were much closer. And then, like, every once in a while, a group would try to come out at the night and they would rush the dome. They would get into a fight. But every time they tried that, they were fighting in very close proximity to an opening. But the Yantir were just too powerful for them. They had too many people. and they basically wound up losing the fights that they had that were really close to the dome when they actually had an opening, and they were almost there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any better idea, Strakx. I don't know. I'm sorry.
So you guys are waiting in the edge of the forest. Is that correct?
Well, I'm still thinking, but for lack of anything else to do at the moment, yeah, retreat to the forest and at least wait for a bit.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we can't take another long rest. Because you're only allowed one within a certain amount of time. But
okay, so you wait throughout the rest of the day, and there's no patrols coming or going. It's starting to get dark.
Okay.
What does your group want to do?
I'm thumbing through my features to see if I get any ideas.
I kind of raise an eyebrow and I look at Strakx and I say, how much do you know about spell jamming vessels? Would the Star Runner be able to control itself in atmosphere and potentially fire more powerful weapons at this thing to draw attention?
The Star Runner didn't have gravity on its side when we landed on this planet. It had to go into the water.
Right.
And all they got's the ballistas anyway, which
They have the ballista and the catapult,
aren't going to help.
which based on the magical attacks we've been using, you don't think those are going to do anything.
Yeah.
Not to mention there's gravity, so they can't fly over the dome.
Right. Well, I mean, they can.
Well, no, the ship flies around in the atmosphere and everything in the sky.
It's just they won't be able to make the right kind of attacks to draw the attention, and it would put them at risk.
So did anybody hear about the story of the bugbear and the cat lady and the chicken friend who walked into a bar?
No, what's the punchline of that one?
They got a bock off their drinks.
So as it starts to get nighttime, Achak and one of his patrols comes by, and they basically Achak asks you, like, if you've seen any patrols.
No.
Not yet.
No, Chuck, we haven't seen anything.
Did you say Upchuck?
Yeah.
Achak.
Oh.
So, and he basically expresses to you, he says, yes, sometimes they come day after day. Sometimes they come 2, 3, 4 days between groups.
Okay.
We always patrol, look for groups coming and going.
All right. Well,
we can come find you if we locate group.
That would be excellent. Thank you.
This may take time. You have to wait.
All right.
Well, what we have to wait for is a group going back in. Well,
Do you think we'd have a chance of getting in if there's a group going out?
we're going to have to wait either way.
Are you asking Achak?
I'm asking Achak.
He says, best chance if group leaving at night.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stay here so we can keep an eye on it. Are you guys patrolling overnight or going back to the village?
We patrol all night and day.
Okay. So we'll be in this vicinity. So if you see a group that looks
Why
like
don't
it's
we
starting
wait
to
back
leave,
at the village so we don't
then-
get attacked while we're trying to sleep?
You can rest at village if you want.
You think that your group would be able to get us quick enough if a group leaves at night?
If group leaves, they may be too far by the time we get back to village to get you.
Okay. So we probably have to stay here.
Can we just go patrol with them?
They're riding dinosaurs, so they have a speed advantage.
Slight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it allows them to cover more ground much quicker.
And I kind of look at Janie and go, do you know how to, is it different than riding horses? And I look at Achak and say, do you have extra mounts if we wanted to patrol with you?
Like I know how to ride a dinosaur.
Most people have horsemanship skills, a little bit.
We could maybe.
We were hobgoblins, just saying.
We rode wargs.
You don't want to sit in ambush all night, so I'm just trying to.
We could
Other
maybe
ideas.
train you to ride dinosaur.
I think that's a no.
Alright,
Take a little while.
that's
It takes some time.
yeah.
Sometimes.
If it would lose us trying to patrol and see what happens tonight, then I would say we don't, and we just.
We let you know when we
Stay
find
here.
patrol. We
Okay.
faster. We know how to
If
ride
you
dinosaur.
see a danger approaching in the woods of some other kind, do you think you can send people to warn us if there's other? We've
We'll be
encountered
all
bad
right,
dinosaurs.
Abby. Don't have
Okay.
too much of them.
Stay on edge of ring. Many patrols of lizard folk come by.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you and Upchuck have a conversation. I'm gonna go take.
I thought you were calling them up.
No, he's just being an ass.
Okay, so a couple of days go by.
Long
Okay.
rest. Okay.
And around midnight on the third day, let me write that down. 3 days.
On the third day, they rode
Christmas.
dinosaurs.
My true love gave to me.
So on the third night, Chuck and his group and his patrol come by, and during these few days, like there have been a couple of other groups that you've seen come through as you're on the edge of the forest, and they're basically running around doing their patrols. And there is Chuck and his group come, and he says that there is a group that is coming through the jungle that is heading toward the dome. And they have not attacked them because they did not know what you would want to do. So they can tell you where they are, and then you can take it from there. Normally they would just try to attack them. Or sometimes they would wait for them to get to the dome and then try to attack them. But that's tricky because there's like 100 feet of empty space.
Are they?
I think we'd like to wait until they get to the dome and open it, and then make the attack. But go ahead, Strakx.
Do we? Do you know where they're heading to on the dome? At the dome.
They follow pretty straight path through jungle.
All right.
Could guess.
How long is it
spot.
going to take them? Can we get there before them?
Yes.
All right, let's go. How far out are they?
They maybe quarter mile from edge of clearing.
Perfect. Let's go.
Okay, so they basically bring you to the edge of the clearing and they say, this spot along direct path, they come this way now.
Perfect. Thanks, Upchuck. You've been a help. I take out the rope. All right.
No.
Set it ambush. If you're going to be here less than an hour,
And I've already told you that I think us trying to attack from the rope is going to cause more people to get hurt and not
We're
be
not
able to do as
attacking.
much damage.
we're not attacking. We're waiting for them to open the door and then we head out, run in.
How long do you think it takes people to climb down a 60-foot rope?
About 5 seconds. You just slide down.
DM, how long do we know it takes us to climb down a 60-foot rope when we have constructs and...
Yeah, I did specifically state the fact that if you're trying to
Yeah,
rush
there
down the
would be
rope,
skill.
there would be skill checks involved.
Right.
So people probably fall and hurt themselves.
You guys also have somebody has teleportation of some kind. I'm not sure if you guys have any kinds of other disguising spells or movement
No, we don't.
spells.
I have
or
Misty
anything.
Step, so I could just Misty Step
Yeah,
off the rope.
Matisse and Janie have,
I could just Misty Step in the dome.
but I don't. So I'd rather.
Well, we don't
just-
know if we can Misty Step
Yeah.
into the dome or not, but
You're not
Okay.
sure. You're not sure if you could
Yeah.
or not.
but if the door is open and we can see inside the dome and we're within 30 feet of it, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they see us, then they're
do
not
we
gonna
feel
open
like
the
it's
dome.
dark enough where we could hide? Like even in the clearing closer to the dome?
If you had some kind of cover, because I mean, there's nothing by the dome. I mean, it's dark out, but there's a moon and there's no trees or anything around. If you could find something to hide behind that was close to the dome, then sure.
Is there anything like that? Like any scrub, any
just-
rocks, any...
You could pull stuff out of the jungle and bring it up next to the dome.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. Did that or have the SDO1 dig some holes and hide in foxholes in the ground. One or the other.
He doesn't dig that fast.
Yeah.
So did you want to grab some stuff from the jungle?
Sure.
Okay. So Achak tells his lizard men to help you grab a bunch of like brush and things like that. And
to see it.
His patrol and all of you together grab a bunch of like foliage and things and branches and whatnot, and you bring them out there, and you put them up near the dome. And nobody seems to see you because, again, it's kind of foggy and it's at night, so nobody is noticing what you're doing at all. So you can basically put stuff any way that you want to around the edge, just outside the dome. And Achak and his patrol bring a whole bunch of stuff. You know, whatever you guys need, they bring it out there. So how do you guys want to arrange this stuff?
In a beautiful Christmas tree bouquet.
As flat as possible, since obviously any kind of structure would be
Yeah.
visible
Sure.
and suspicious.
And like little patches with a couple people or one or two people hiding in each different area, kind of spread out. So it's
I
more
want to make
organic.
myself a ghillie suit.
Janie tucks some leaves into her hood.
Okay, so Janie, you say that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You probably don't use the term ghillie suit, but you basically express that. So Achak says, yes, we help with that. So they go and they get some water and some mud, and
Aw,
they
predator.
they essentially help you all to blend in to all of the foliage and everything that you pulled out of the jungle. And they kind of spread it out. I mean, not too far, probably within about like a 30-foot diameter. And
Okay.
they kind of spread it out, and they get you all situated, and they cover you in mud and twigs and things like that, and they try to basically
Maybe I
get
should
you
have
in
taken
there.
prestidigitation.
So basically Achak says, you lay still. When they come, you attack. We stay on edge of jungle in case you need help.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I still
Sounds
say
good.
wait for them to open the door and then rush it.
So Achak
Yeah, I agree.
rides basically
Really?
off, away from the direct
Yeah.
path that they're coming.
Yeah. I would say I whispered to Strakx, I would say, I agree. We should wait to spring the ambush until they get it open. Because otherwise, how do we guarantee that priest is going to open it for us?
Okay. So I want all of you to make stealth checks with advantage, and that doesn't. Don't worry if your armor or whatever says you have disadvantage. Just make stealth checks with advantage.
Okay.
Because we were camouflaged by experts.
Because camouflagey. Oh my god. Ah, all right.
That is terrible. I rolled 2 7s. Snake eyes.
What's your
Terrible.
What's your stealth modifier?
Well, actually, technically, it's 12 because I have +5.
Okay.
That is
Arvine?
actually that's higher than my awesome.
Well,
I think
let the DM go around and ask what everybody's is.
Arvine?
13.
13.
Yeah.
Janie.
18.
Strax.
17. Oh,
17.
I didn't roll for SDO1 and
Yes, please roll for that.
GH88.
Yeah, please roll for
Yeah.
that.
Hang on a second. Okay, so SDO1.
This mental picture of the constructs with like tree branches
which
sticking
is
out.
6, 8, 7. So it's
The puppy dog has a stick in his mouth.
otherwise sticks. So
Like a big stick. A big stick.
12 for
Big stick.
SDO1
Okay.
and 19 for GH88.
Yikes.
Nice
So
job.
all I'm saying is if we had used the rope trick, none of us would have to worry about failing a stealth check. We could have just gone.
Fair. The way I'm rolling tonight, I'd fall 60 feet on my ass. So.
Okay. So,
Okay.
about 20 minutes passes by, and you can hear a group coming toward you. Depending on how you're camouflaged, you might be able to kind of pick them out, but you can't see very well because you're covered in a lot of stuff. I mean, you can see them when they get closer. They get right up on you and they start to basically walk up to the dome, and it's obviously a group of UNT, and they have sort of a mix, again, the different humanoid body types and whatnot. And there's one of the creatures with just the head that you saw investigating when you first hit the dome magic missiles, and then that particular guy got the guard. One of those guys comes up and does what looks like, some kind of an incantation, some kind of a spell, and this big circular opening, probably about like 40 feet across, opens up, and there is approximately well, not approximately, you guys can see because you're right there. I mean, some of them are standing like within like 6 inches of where you're lying on the ground. And there's a dozen of them, and they all there's a bunch of ones that are obviously more warrior types. There's one that seems like it might be a caster type. A lot of them have bow and arrows, and I think they have, hold on, I have a stat here. I think some of them have scimitars. Where is it? Oh no, they just seem to have natural weapons for the most part. But there's one that looks like it might be a caster, it might be a priest, and basically, so the big opening in the dome opens up, and the group begins to go through.
Okay.
So I mean, eventually, like, the last people in the rank kind of move by Janie, and move by Matisse and Strakx and Arvine.
Okay.
And they start to go to the very edge of the dome, like the people in the back.
If you're waiting on me, I wait until about 3/4 of them are in the dome before I basically rush them. And I am disappointed at this point that all my spells have verbal components. That's all I'm saying.
I kind of like to just like reach out and shock one on the foot.
Yes, that would be the best kickoff.
Okay, so you guys tell me what you want to do. They're moving. They're walking into the dome. Okay. And basically the last couple of guys in the group, or the last couple of UNT in the group, they are walking. They're not quite through the opening yet, but they're about to go through the opening.
So I basically rush it. It said there's about a dozen total.
There's about a dozen total, yep.
But how many are through already?
Yeah, when about 7 get through, that's when I stand up and I rush them. That way there's enough outside that they don't want to close the door, but we can still maneuver around them and get inside the dome.
Okay, so they're going through
them up.
So they're going through.
How wide is the opening?
It's 40 feet across.
40 feet.
40 feet. I missed
40 feet across, and they're going in groups of 2. So do you want to wait until like the 7th and 8th people are moving through? So then there's 4 guys on the outside.
Are we only 30 feet away?
No, let me revisit that because I missed where you said it's 40 feet wide.
It's 40 feet wide. Yeah.
So we literally could just run in.
Yes, you could just run in.
Okay.
And we just run in.
Run in.
I was visualizing it was only like 10, 15 feet. It was only
no. This very, very large opening opens up as they are approaching.
In that case,
you don't even have to wait for them to get there.
Yeah.
You guys tell me at what point you want to go.
Let's go.
I mean, if we can get... I'd love if we could get in behind them and not have to fight at all, but I doubt that's going to happen.
It's not like they're not going to notice 4 people and 2 robots covered in mud coming in their door.
Okay, so the group is moving through.
When about 3/4 of them are in, we just rush the door.
Okay, so 3/4 of them have gone through, and suddenly you all jump up and you run through the opening. Okay, so you get through the opening. And you were inside, and I want you to all roll initiative for me.
Okay. With advantage, because we have to jump on them, right?
Are my fingers already crackling?
I will allow it.
Oh. Nice job, Strakx.
Never hurts to ask.
Yes. Give that man a +1.
My freaky god! I just rolled a 2.
Oh
two.
no.
DM knows those feels.
How's it feel, biatch?
I just rolled a 1 and a 7, so
Oh, but you
when I
have
hit
good
my desk,
modifier.
they moved. Does that count? When I hit my desk, they rolled over to an 18 and a 10.
That's what they really want it to be, right?
All right, so
They
Matisse,
They settled.
what's your
They were
initiative, Matisse?
cocked.
9.
And Arvine?
Let's see here. That was a 21.
Okay, and Janie?
4.
With advantage, wow.
Yay.
And
Apparently,
Strakx?
I'm really
Seven.
sticky.
17.
17. Yep.
Why am I sticky?
Uh,
Really? There's 6 on me.
Actually, I'm just being stupid right now.
Just right now.
damn it,
Oh.
damn it, bastard,
so-
baby Fred.
So what's actually happening here
Uh-oh.
is, I mean, no, it's actually not stupid because it depends on what you guys do, but you guys have a surprise round. So the UNT don't get to do anything during the surprise round.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
So depending on what you guys do, this initiative that you gave me may come into play. It may not. But you guys tell me, you jump up and you run through the dome, and all these UNT are like obviously surprised. They're all looking around like, what is happening? You guys go running through the dome, and you very quickly assess in the moonlight. You can see all these stone buildings, and they're basically all around you. And like the closest stone buildings to the edge of the dome are probably only about 20 feet away
Oh, geez.
from the edge of the dome.
Okay.
So
Run for a
Can we
building.
run for
Yeah,
a
go hide.
structure?
Yeah.
you guys run for a structure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably would make the most sense.
Yeah,
most
dash.
tactical sense. So,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
60 feet. Yeah. It's a.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has a minimum speed of 30, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Double check on Steel 1. I believe he does have 30. No, he has 40. So
What about
Special.
GH88?
GH88 has 30.
Has 30. Okay. All right. So you're all going to move 60 feet, and you're all going to basically try to go around on the opposite side of the structure from the people that are coming through the opening, essentially, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you all rush through there, and I'm thinking that maybe we could turn this into like a skill challenge kind of situation. So you basically catch them by surprise. You run through. They don't know what's happening. Suddenly realize, oh my God, there are people that we don't want inside the dome who are now inside the dome. So let's see. So skill challenge. I'm just going to make this up off the top of my head right now.
On the fly.
On the
do-
fly.
We'll do 3.
I'm the
and
fly.
3. Just give me a second while I make some notes to myself here.
Oh
Wow.
boy.
Oh boy, Sarah's
Oh,
snorting.
Sarah.
Run in, run in, run in, run in.
Broke the Sarah.
Help me! Help me! Okay.
If somebody had an illusion thing, we could make somebody look like you want a Yanti guard escorting prisoners.
I think it's a little too late for that.
I know.
If we had,
And I don't think any of
Well,
us
I'm
have ordinary magic.
I'm thinking if we managed to hide through the night, that's kind of, this would be like, what do we do tomorrow kind of thing.
We come out guns ablazing. Pew 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 pew.
Pew, pew, pew. What I need a character sheet. Is what
I drop a giant fireball right in the middle of the city.
And burn it down.
When you said I drop a giant, my brain went straight to fart first. I'm just going to say.
I drop a giant deuce right in the middle of the city.
You need to go aim for their shield
And
generator,
they all go, woo! And run away.
like Rogue One.
Fumigate them. Oh no.
Must fumigate. Must fumigate.
I also thought of exactly that. Stop it.
Crop dusting? Yeah.
We'll just drop essay on them.
Jeez.
Ink cloud.
Essay
Okay,
the dog
so-
statue.
So the primary skills for this skill challenge are going to be stealth and perception. With the idea that you're trying to get in there and you're trying to hide.
Okay.
So you can use other skills. Okay, but you basically have to let me know in what fashion that you want to use them. And, based on how resourceful you are by using these other skills, I'll set DCs for them. And you have to reach a certain number of successes before a certain number of failures. So
Okay.
stealth and perception are primary, but you can use any skill that you want. You just have to kind of justify what it is. So I'm going to start, because we're still on Zoom because of stupid quarantine. I'm going to start at the top left from my vantage point on Zoom with Matisse, and then I'm going to go across to Strakx, and then down to Janie, and then over to Arvine. So I'm going in a circle based on what I am seeing on Zoom. So starting with Matisse, what kind of a skill check would you like to make for this round of the skill challenge?
Oh. Trying to think. So it's either perception or stealth?
Those are primary. You can use
Okay.
secondary ones. You just have to basically find, if you're running around, you're trying to evade the auntie that are there. Try to think about what your character might do, and then try to translate it into some kind of a skill.
Right.
Uh,
So if she's really athletic, would she toss something to try to distract them by making a noise elsewhere? Like, you can be creative with the other
Okay,
ones. Greg.
yeah,
so
That's
I
kinda,
do
you
just
know.
try to make stuff
Yeah.
up.
athletics check, which she uses some of the scenery around her to kind of create a distraction so she can move deeper into the shadows away from where they are, like maybe into one of the houses. She tries to break down the door or something.
I'm sorry, say it again. What are you doing?
Basically, I'm going to try to use to my advantage any of the rocks or anything that's near me to kind of create a distraction so I can get into one of the buildings.
So you're trying to make a noise somewhere?
Yes,
To draw
a
their
noise
attention?
that draws attention away from my presence.
Okay, so as all of you basically rush around this building and you have Yuan-Ti basically running behind you, in pursuit, you come around the side of this building and you see like a crate, like sort of a medium-sized crate there on the ground. So make an athletics check to pick that up and throw it as a distraction.
Okay. Come on, dice. Do me proud tonight. All right, so 13 on the die. And athletics, I have +6 in that, so it'll be 19.
19, okay. So you pick it up and you essentially hurl it over another building on your left-hand side, which makes a crashing noise over there. And, you can hear a lot of hissing noise, which you take to be the way the Yuan-Ti are speaking. Lots of hissing and spitting sort of a language. And
None of us are parcel tongues.
Great.
what's that?
None of
No
us are
parcel
parcel tongues.
I think I almost took Yuan-Ti for this game as a language, but I thought deep speech would be more fun.
Based on the amount of language that you hear coming from them, it seems to lessen, which gives you an indication that some of them have moved off in the direction of the noise that you made.
Okay.
So that is one success. So Strakx, tell me how would you like to improve the situation?
Can they? Are they within visual range? Can they line of sight? Can they see us?
Right now, at this point, I would say no. I'd say you just got around the building, and they're just starting to run in your direction, but they haven't quite got you in visual range yet.
Okay, I am going to use my artificer trait, magical tinkering.
Okay.
At first level, you learn how to spark, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. as an action, I can take one tiny non-magical object and give it a magical property, which includes the object continuously emits your choice of an odor or non-verbal sound, like the sound of running feet.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Does that work for a skills challenge though?
It's not a. It doesn't involve a skill check, John.
Not directly. No, I would.
Could that be something like a deception?
If he's doing
Maybe.
this,
Yes.
deception.
Yes, I would say that you would make a deception check with advantage.
Deception check with advantage.
Yes.
Okay, so you be nice. So
Sorry, I wasn't trying to be a pain by bringing that up. Just
no, you're that's perfectly fair.
No,
do that all the
I was
time.
already thinking that, and I appreciate you mentioning it, Sarah.
So my deception kind of sucks, but I do at least have advantage. So a 3 and a 6, and I have a
Oh.
no. So a 5.
John's dice are not kind. Aw.
Not on that one. That was a good idea too.
It was
It was definitely a good idea. It was definitely a good idea, and
Just hate me.
there's something about the fact that you're trying to rush through it, where it winds up making a sound that is not quite what you were hoping, and it doesn't give you the distraction that you wanted. So that will be one failure.
Yeah, bugger.
All right, Janie, how would Janie like to try to apply a skill in the situation here?
I think I'd also like to try a deception check
Okay.
by running in the opposite direction of the party long enough for them to catch sight of my cloak moving, but then like faking back.
Misty, step back.
Okay,
Does that
so
make
so you're gonna so what is it you're trying to get them to think?
That I
Okay,
went
so-
the opposite way of where we're going.
Okay. All right. Give me just a regular deception check. Straight up.
Straight up now, tell me. Oh my god! 9.
Oh.
Well, you have a good charisma, so.
Nice.
Nine.
I rolled a 3.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm proficient in deception, which is a +6.
Oh.
9.
Okay, so you run down there with this really cool idea there, and you slip and you stumble around the corner, and they see you right there, and then you turn and start running back with the rest of the group, and they just come around the corner going right after you.
Great!
Rescue
all right.
us, Matisse.
Arvine.
All right,
Arvine.
so
Let's go,
Arvine
Arvine.
is like you, that Julia Roberts meme with like all the calculations running through her head. So the master strategist, she's kind of looking at all the moving pieces, where her allies are, where all the enemies are approaching from.
Uh-huh.
Just trying to perceive the best path for her allies to take
Okay.
to, avoid them and get out of sight and stay out of sight. So she's going to make a perception check.
Okay.
Long-winded
Go for it.
description of that. So maybe the dice don't suck. Please don't suck. Okay. I will take.
Well, you don't really have a choice, but
So yeah. Well, it is a 22.
22. All right, that is a success. So you're running. You kind of catch a glimpse of Janie going back and then coming, and you see Strakx trying his deception, and Matisse doing something sort of similar, and you see that there is sort of like a very narrow passageway between two buildings, and it's obviously very dark in there. The moonlight really isn't penetrating in that area very well, so you kind of lead the group sort of down this almost like an alley. I mean, most of the buildings seem to be far enough apart that there aren't a lot of alleys. They're not really that close together in most places, but you find one that is.
Okay.
So you lead the party in that direction.
Okay.
So that is a success. So then we are back up to Matisse. So Arvine is leading the group into this alley. What do you want to do? How would you apply a skill to try to help your situation?
Matisse would like to try to use or gain some insight as to Where?
Insight is typically when you're reading a person, when you're trying to read a person's intent.
Well, he's trying to see if she can determine what plan of attack that they might use in trying to bottle us up, or trying to determine a way that we might escape a trap from them.
You know what? I would say that I'd say that's insight. I would say that what you've seen over the past few days of their behavior and how they've been monitoring you guys outside of the dome. I'll say that you have some kind of an inkling as to how they behave. This will have a little bit of higher difficulty.
Okay.
But I will allow you to do insight for that if you want to do that.
Okay. All right. I'm hoping for the best with this, guys.
Come on, big money. Come on, big money.
18, so that's plus 6, so that's going to be 24.
Whoa,
Nice. The DC was 20, Greg. DC was 20.
Jesus inspired.
Dang.
I had an inspiration. I could have re-rolled that.
Oh,
So that one was either you guys were at 2 successes and 2 failures. So if you had failed, that would have been it. But you succeeded. So you got to 3 before you got to.
Matisse with the saving blow.
Okay. So you guys all go through into this dark alley, and from what you've kind of gleaned from their behavior over the past couple of days, you kind of are able to, you kind of take this educated guess as to where they're going to try to bottleneck you, and you redirect you guys down like another alleyway, and basically into what looks like some sort of like a holding area for animals.
Oh,
and you basically go inside there, and there's an area behind a bunch of like what you think is animal food, crates and things and boxes and whatnot, and bags and whatnot. And you all go in there behind those crates and bags and everything, and you kind of hunker down, and you can hear the Auntie talking in their language and running and or slithering around, and you wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Eventually all of the activity that's going on in the area seems to die down. You can kind of see through a small opening in between some of the crates that they seem to have a lot of guards sort of out walking around, but the immediate activity has died down. They know that you're here, but they can't find you. They're searching for you, but right now you seem to be safe and they don't know where you are.
Okay. But more importantly, does the food smell good?
It doesn't
Animal
smell.
food.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like particularly appetizing, but it's not revolting. It's just it's animal food. It's it's
not
it's
that
like
hungry yet.
It's swill.
cat food doesn't smell bad, but you don't want to eat it.
Speak for yourself. Cat food stinks.
I don't know. There's some cat food where I'm like, man, I almost want to taste that.
No, you don't. No.
The gravy ones. I don't know about Bugatti's fishy food. Ooh.
No. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
All right. That's interesting.
All right. So
Well,
so you guys got in.
So we got it.
You guys got in, and for the moment, you're safe. You're good. We still have a little bit of time. If you guys want to sort of try to devise another plan from this situation.
Oh boy.
Oh, good. Let's all plan again.
Because it works so well for
Your
our
group is so good at doing that.
Yeah, I know. I come up
sorry.
with great plans, and then we all go with Arvine's plan. That's how we plan.
Arvine, you do feel a pull toward what you believe to be the center of the city.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where we need to get.
How do we get there?
So this area around we're in with the crates, is it like a dead end, like a holding area with that's just empty of animals at the moment, or are there other exits other than the one we came in?
There are some like basically some of the dinosaurs. They basically have them penned in there, which you think that they're probably just eating as food.
So there are actually some animals in here.
Yes, you guys aren't actually in the pens themselves. You guys are basically in the storage area of the pens.
Why don't we let some animals out and let them cause havoc?
There's only a couple. There's only a couple there's only like we'll say there's two like sort of medium-sized dinosaurs in there, and there's like there's about 5 empty pens in there. And you guys are behind that area where all the food and everything is stored.
Can we see where, or do we know? Are we doing this in theater of the mind kind of thing of like?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we see where they might have the slaves that they've captured from their raids from other places somewhere?
You have no idea where those might be.
So we don't see any people or anything like that.
I kind of turn to Strakx and say, "What?"
Not from where you are currently, no. I mean, you did see as you were running in, you did see a very large temple in the center of the city. And Arvine, that's where you feel the pull. There's a very, very tall building. It's obviously some kind of a temple that is right in the middle of the city.
Do we get any sense that if we could create the right distraction that we might be able to sneak past the people who are patrolling looking for us to head towards the temple?
I don't know why you're asking the DM that.
I'm sorry, what is your question?
Well, if the patrols are too frequent, then there's going to be no way to sneak past them, period. So I'm trying to figure out if, like, I look at Strakx and say, do you think given more time that little device you tried to create before in a hurry, could you create something like that and set it with a time delay to go off somewhere and make a bunch of noise?
A time delay
while we head towards the center of the city.
Yeah, that would actually be a really good idea.
A time delay, no. Like I said, these things are just toys. I can just whip them up and toss them out.
Yeah,
like several of them and toss them in several different directions.
Yeah.
No.
Or you don't need to do one.
I can only make a few at a time.
Yeah, I would love if some of us could disguise as these creatures, but they are so exotic looking. I don't see, short of like an illusion spell of some kind, how we could do that.
Long cloaks. That's what everybody else uses.
What else do we see that's near where we are? Like we're in storage areas, we're near animal areas where there's only 2, and then there's a bunch of food, and then what else is there?
Essentially, it looks like the buildings as they go further into the middle of the city. You see what you think are a lot of residences.
Okay.
Lots of stone buildings that have windowed openings on them, but they don't actually have like shutters. They just have like openings for windows on the sides.
Okay. So
they're all pretty square. I mean, they have a lot of ornate carving on them, which you can kind of see a combination of what you think might be lizard folk carvings, and then you see like Yuan-ti carvings, and it's obvious that the way they've been trading back and forth with the possession of the city for as long as they have, that every time one group moves in, they try to, kind of make it look more like him, like it's from their culture, and then when the other one moves back in, they do the same.
They flat.
They are
Sorry.
Flat roofed.
Everything is very square, very stone, very square.
So in order for us to get to this temple, we're gonna have to cause a huge ruckus.
Well, or a little machine is enough of a distraction to lure all the guards in the opposite direction.
You also are still covered in a whole bunch of crap, which is designed to make you stealthy, which is designed to make you look much darker.
Okay.
So we can lay down in the mud and in muck, and they wouldn't be able to see us
as well. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that like it's at night, and you're covered in mud essentially right now.
Okay.
So I'm saying if you want to move around inside the city, it makes a certain amount of sense that you're going to want to move around at night. In any case, because obviously you don't want to be seen. But right now you also have some camouflage in addition to it being night.
Okay. Yeah. So we want to make the most of the darkness. So
right.
Maybe we wait.
The darkness, Charlie Murphy.
Maybe we stay where we are and then blend in and then wait for a few hours, and they probably will.
We have been waiting for a little bit at this time.
Well, not since we got in here.
It's been about we'll say 40 minutes.
Okay.
So maybe give it at least another half hour or something, and then
I still say we can check out the.
Oh.
I still say the roof.
The ruckus already died down, so I say we go as soon as possible. Keep as much darkness as we can.
Okay, we don't want to tarry.
right.
Yeah.
See if we can get to the temple, which is where I'm feeling pulled, and either get inside or find a place right next to it to hide out. That's. But
Right.
then
No, not much of a
meanwhile, would
stalker,
one of
but-
those little machines of yours help to make noise so that the patrols don't pay as much attention to us?
I mean,
I don't know if
I
it'll
could
last
s-
long enough to really make a big difference.
well, it'll last long enough. The problem is I can't exactly turn them on and off. I make one, it starts making noise, and I have to toss it or do something.
Yeah.
Well, make one, toss it in the opposite direction of where we are as far as you can throw it.
Well, yeah.
Well, I should talk in my Matisse voice. So I would say go ahead and make something to at least be somewhat of a distraction, and maybe we can think of another distraction that we can also do at the same time
All right.
in a different place that will split them in different directions.
I'm hoping even with one distraction, Matisse, that if we can just keep them from looking our way, that if we get towards the middle of the city, there's not going to be as many patrols because they don't think that we've gotten that far.
Right now we
Oh.
have the cover of nighttime anyway, so if we don't get moving, we won't have that very much longer.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, when you turn bird, do you glow?
I do.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I was hoping that you could like drop some off around, but oh well. Because
Well, we have people who are good at throwing, though. So, like, Matisse could probably throw something for you.
all right.
If
Well,
you
I'm
make-
gonna have to make your necklaces stop glowing. I'm gonna need to for a little bit.
Okay.
But you forgot you still had those.
I didn't.
What are you referring to, John?
We have glowing
Way
rocks.
back at the beginning, I made them some a couple of pendants that just kind of glowed. Remember the trick that we did to try to pretend it was like a mystical compass type thing?
Rather than Arvine having a vision, we didn't tell Ron the truth the first time we headed
And
towards
Janie
the
wanted
space
one of
right,
station.
hers too, so I made one for her too.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, anyway.
Well, assume that you
Uh,
have those buried deep within your clothes right now.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Well,
Nice.
The Raha is no longer here. La 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 la.
So we'll
Well, I
say
guess
at this
that's the
point
best.
about an hour has gone by, and there are still guards patrolling. They're obviously still looking for you, but the commotion has died down. But they are somewhat on alert.
all right.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
what I can do then is, I'll just kind of like pick up some little rocks or something like that, and have it make it like the sound of common whispering.
Okay.
Nothing particularly distinct. It just sounds like whispering, something like that.
Sure,
And
sure.
then, just as I make it, just chuck it in as far as I can, maybe into like some alley or something like that, so that if anybody passes by, they'll be just distracted in that direction.
Does
can do that
anybody have
4
the
times.
ability to maybe cause a little bit of a fire or explosion? Or
Yeah, you want a fire?
Yeah. No, we don't need to do
Janie
that, though,
does.
Matisse. Matisse, Strakx is putting 4 of these rocks out that sound like people talking, whispering. So
Did he
they're going
say
to be
4?
chased. What's that?
Did he say 4?
I said I can make I can have 4 going at any given time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So he's going to do that, and they'll probably spend a good bit of the night just chasing that, which should help us on our trip. I would argue
We'll
that
leave a trail. But
yeah, and anything big and flashy stands more of a chance of hurting us at this point than helping. So
I would always go with the boom rather than the zoom.
save that for if we need it.
Boom, boom.
Okay, so what's the plan?
I
I
leave that
guess
to
it's
Strakx.
I guess we're going skulking.
Yeah.
Get there
Strakx
with
is-
using little talking rocks as distractions as much as possible.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So So you start with the first rock, and you get that going, and you throw it, and you start to move toward. I'm assuming are you moving toward the temple because that's the pull that you feel, Arvine?
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
direction. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody make stealth checks with advantage, please.
Including me? Because I still got that
I'm
armor.
gonna start using my
I still got
dice
an armor
tray.
disadvantage.
No, still everybody just do.
Full
Okay.
advantage because of
Full
the
advantage.
disguise.
Kidding me, man?
Oh, sweet.
Oh, critical.
Okay,
Yes.
Critical success.
I rolled a 20 and a 1.
Oh, well, at least you rolled a 20. Okay.
Yeah. No.
I rolled a 20 and a 3, so
I've rolled 3 criticals tonight.
So how many of you rolled 20s on this stealth check?
that would
Hey.
be 3 of us so far.
Yeah, we did. All right.
And,
I rolled a 7 and a 1.
Okay, and what about the constructs?
oh, right. Construct. Okay.
Well, I mean, with my modifier, it's a 9.
GH88 gets a 14. SDO1 makes a mess. Also gets a 14.
Those are both with advantage?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I burn an inspiration to roll a third dice?
No. All right, so with all of the natural camouflage that the lizard folk have applied to you, and Strax's distraction, it's hard to say.
Distraction.
Distraction.
You managed to cover some pretty good ground, and you spend an hour watching the rotation of the guards as well, so you're able to anticipate where they are, stop when you need to. So you get to a point where now you're going to have to make stealth checks again. So John, Strakx can use another rock. Everybody make stealth checks with advantage again, please.
Okay.
Okay.
You are getting closer to the temple.
Okay, stealth. All right. So
That's a lot better.
17.
Thank you, Ducky Dice.
Oh, not today. That's not...
My
So,
other one was
Matisse,
25.
So,
my first
Arvine.
one.
That will be a 12. Not my best.
Janie,
16.
Strax,
17.
okay, and the constructs.
SDO1 got an 18.
Okay,
GH88 got an 8.
okay.
Oh, big clanky robot.
That's still better overall, though.
Ah,
So again, with the distraction of another rock, that's making little whispers and whatnot, you do succeed on covering more ground. So you are very close to the temple now, and we need to do one more set of stealth checks and one more
Okay.
rock, and then you will be at the base of the temple.
okay.
Try this one more once.
Okay, so it's 19.
Aha!
19.
19 for Matisse, Arvine,
Rolled a 20, so 24.
24 Janie,
19.
19 Strax.
16. Oh, hang on.
Okay,
SDO1 got a 16. GH88 got another 8.
that's so funny because he's basically like C-3PO, and he's just like trying to be stealthy and totally failing. Okay, but again, the group as a whole, though, you guys do succeed. So
Cool.
you are basically within about 20 feet of the base of the temple, and you can see, it's pretty big, and you're along one side, and there appears to be basically one opening on this side, and you think there's one opening on each side. It's a four-sided pyramid.
Like
Okay.
okay, four-sided pyramid. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I mean,
Say we
it's,
rush the temple. No, I'm kidding.
it's not actually pointed on top. It's flat on top, but
Yeah.
it has four sides, and it's pyramidal shaped. That's a word, right? So yes, so there are guards outside of it that are basically patrolling. They seem to be circling around, so that when basically one guy gets to the end, another guy comes from the other side. And then you lose sight of one guy, and then the one guard comes and he goes by the door. As he gets to the end of that side, another guard comes from the end, and they just seem to be circling around it. So you tell me
Alright.
how you want to proceed.
Do any of the entrances have a point when no guards are looking?
There isn't a point when there isn't at least one guard on one side at a time.
So we need to either
However, we
slightly
could
delay
wait
a
till
guard
he walks past the door and try to sneak in behind his back.
Yeah.
or that.
Yeah.
Video gaming 101.
Well, and I mean, Strakx, even you said you could do that rock thing 4 times, right?
Yeah, I could do it a few more times.
I mean, you
if we
could
can
try
find some way
to
to just slightly delay a guard.
draw the
That's all
guard's
we really need to
attention
do.
so that we could sneak behind him. Let a guard walk by, toss a rock down the line where he's going to, and then sneak behind him.
I was gonna do it that way. I was just gonna try to set one on fire.
One of the guards. That will certainly raise
I could
alarm.
magic missile him.
We could ambush a guard, but I don't know if they're that
That's
crunchy.
gonna
that
call
they're-
all the guards.
Yeah.
So I say we just wait till he walks by the door and sneak in behind his back.
And
Okay,
It's
are you
fancy
assisting
car.
with a whispering rock?
Mm,
You said you had 4.
I said, yeah, if we go that route, I definitely will. Just pondering if we have any
and
other
since
cool
they
ideas.
are snakes,
Because I like
guys,
to think outside the box.
we should assume that they
Unlike Kate,
probably
who seems to be afraid of outside the box. But, you know.
they are
Kate is
probably
a cat. She likes boxes.
Stick to what works, man.
What's in the box?
No.
they're probably poisonous.
What's in the box?
Well,
Assume they're poisonous.
Boo.
I mean, I could throw some webs out there and kind of
Because they're
bunch
snakes.
them up in the webs for a few minutes.
Yeah.
All
Draw
right,
attention.
fine. We'll try to sneak by with a whispering rock. It's so unoriginal.
Okay, so for a 4th time, everybody stealth checks with advantage,
Okay.
including the droids.
Oh, thank God I had advantage.
Thank God I had advantage on that.
Yep, likewise. The low one was the one.
Yeah, same as here. 22, though.
22,
21 for me.
21, Janie,
18.
18, Team Strax,
19 for me, 20 for SDO1, and 16 for GH88. He finally got rid of that hitch in his side.
Found
Okay,
the screw.
so-
It's all that mud made him all rusty.
So you time it, and the guard moves past. Maybe he gets about like halfway down between the door and the other end of the of that wall, and you throw the rock down there, and it seems to be distracted. And you all, covered in all this muck and mud and everything from the lizard folk, you go into the cover of night, and you move inside the entrance on this side into the temple, and that's where we will end for this
Bar the door.
episode.
Okay.
Nice job, everybody.
Nice. That's strategery. Sweet.
Thank you, Chris.
We
Oh,
all
you're welcome.
I had excellent strategy. Chris just hates me.
roguey rogued.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
So let's say goodnight to the listeners.
Alrighty.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review anywhere this podcast can be found. Our social media links, plus additional content, can be found on our website at knightsofroleplay.com. Please tell your friends about Knights of Roleplay and Adventuring Podcast, and spread the word through social media. Your help and support are greatly appreciated.